Semakin hebat, semakin hangat. Thank you everyone for continuing to stay with us. Dan kepada anda yang sedang menonton secara langsung di alam maya, welcome to Sunway Pyramid Blue Concourse area. This is the grand finals of Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. Yes! Saya pengacara anda Nas Rahman dan teruja untuk berada di sini bersama anda semua, terutamanya mereka yang suka minat sukan berlumba atau racing. E-sports racing has really taken off ever since the pandemic, dan di sini kita membawa the racing excitement secara langsung dari Sunway Pyramid. Terima kasih kepada penaja-penaja kita, Toyota Modelista TCD Asia Company Limited, Denso Malaysia Sdn Bhd, NK Malaysia Sdn Bhd, Toyota Capital Malaysia, and Kinto One. Tidak dilupakan Motis Malaysia. Mereka menggambling tenaga untuk membawa all this racing excitement to everyone here at Sunway Pyramid dan juga anda yang berada di rumah atau di mana-mana saja anda berada. Baik, kita bersedia untuk exhibition race kita sebelum kita ke grand final di mana kita akan melihat seorang lagi juara pada tahun 2023 ini akan membawa pulang RM25,000. Jadi teruskan bersama-sama kita. Dan sementara itu kita bersedia untuk menjemput Toyota Gazoo Racing celebrities kita untuk cuba berlumba di alam maya. Adakah mereka bersedia? Let's introduce them one by one. Berikan tepukan gemuruh apabila kita menjemput mereka di atas pentas. Kita menjemput yang peserta pertama ini bukan selebriti. UMW Toyota has done a nationwide search. Siapakah staff yang paling hebat berlumba menggunakan sim racer kita di sini, dan pemenangnya di tempat yang ke-10, sim number 10. Let's welcome UMW Toyota representative dari Shah Alam, Muhammad Aslam, Muhammad Arifin. Encik Muhammad Aslam, good luck. Anda akan berlumba di jentera nombor 10. Silakan. Seterusnya kita menjemput Encik Hafni Sahat. Tepukan untuk beliau. Selalu kita biasa mendengar suara beliau di konti di yang radio, dan sekarang ini kalau kita tengok IG beliau, kalau motor, kalau roadster memang tak ada masalah. Tapi kalau sim racer macam mana Hefni?
Masalah ni.
Masalah terus. Apa masalah dia?
Itu dah kena cari masalah dia ni. Nak pergi tengok, nak pergi warm up jap.
Nak pergi warm up dulu, okey? Hefni, jangan khawatir. Best of luck to you. Silakan ke jentera nombor 9. Hefni Saad, everybody. Kita teruskan dengan selebriti seterusnya. Wow, seorang wanita yang ganas di jalan raya. Harapnya lebih ganas di alam maya. Airin. Jangan terpukau dengan kejelitaan beliau. Apa khabar Airin? Knuckles up for luck. Don't give me hanging, man. Okey, kita nak bertanya. Awak biasa dengan perlumbaan, basikal pun memang hebat. Tapi sim racing macam mana?
Itulah jawapan saya.
Jawapan kat rumah tak main game?
Main tapi dia lebih challenging lah. Itu yang saya boleh cakap.
Lebih challenging Game lebih challenging daripada perlumbaan di atas jalan raya? Atau litar?
Ya, betul.
Serius? Okey, kita nak tengok dia betul-betul tipu kita, dia main-mainkan kita, ataupun betul-betul Airin ni sebenarnya princess litar sahaja. Airin everybody. Tepukan untuk beliau. You are at machine number 8. Next, kita bersama dengan selebriti bersuara garau. Hari ini kita suara garau sama-sama. Ain Idrus. Cewa. Kalau dari jauh kita nampak begitu anggun dengan rambut ikan mayang dia. Tapi bila dia cakap selamat pagi, Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi, betul. Ain. Betul ke tak betul?
Abang Nas perli kita suara tu makin teruk tu.
Tak ada, sama je suara kita sebenarnya. Okey, Ain memang dah biasa dengan Toyota Gazoo Racing. Tapi macam mana dengan sim racing? Masa campus tour tu ada cuba tak?
Ada cuba sekali, memang susah sebenarnya. Lagi susah compare tu kereta bagi Ain.
Lagi susah dia compare kereta. Tapi yang ini kalau kita accident, kita tak sakit.
Ini accident seronok.
Accident ni seronok.
Untuk ni.
Okey. In real life tak seronok. Okey. Ladies and gentlemen, Ain Idrus, jentera nombor 7. Dipersilakan. Peserta kita yang seterusnya, seorang selebriti yang tidak asing lagi dengan Toyota Gazoo Racing. He's been there from the start, and now let's see how he does on the virtual track. Syukri Yahya. Ya. Encik Syukri ya kesian semalam syuting lambat, hari ini kena racing pula gitu kan. Syukri, kepada mereka yang mungkin tak sedar anda lah pemandu handal Toyota Gazoo Racing, dah berapa championship promotional class awak dah menang sepanjang Toyota Gazoo Racing berlangsung?
Saya rasa 3 kot.
3 kot, malu je. Dia dah menang 3 kali. Tapi itu di litar Sepang F1. Bagaimana dengan sim racing? Dah cuba during campus tour kan? Tak cuba langsung? Awak main game kat rumah tak?
Tak juga.
Kalau kena belasah dengan Anidrus ni macam mana?
Rasanya senang je kot. Dia orang yang senang je.
Senang macam tu cakap macam tu. Syukri Yahya, angkuh dan bongkak. Tapi kita lihat prestasi beliau di litar nanti. Syukri dipersilakan di jentera nombor 6. Kita teruskan dengan main challenger kita yang baru saja berjinak-jinak dengan Toyota Gazoo Racing, Zizan Raza. Mari. Piwit. Masih ada orang polis ibu kat sana. Sabar. Zizan Razak bukan seorang monyet. Main sini. Mentang-mentang kau orang ganu terus dia jadi awang nak panjat pokok kelapa. Okey. Kita banyak orang tak tahu. Tapi sebenarnya Zizan Razak adalah juara e-racing sebenarnya. Betul tak? Betul. Dah berapa lama awak buat sim racing?
Sebenarnya saya dulu kerja buat event organizer. So, praktis sikit-sikit, tahu-tahu boleh.
Tipu sebab bila saya tanya, sebenarnya saya dah beli steering sendiri. Betul ke tak betul?
Betul.
Jadi kat sini awak akan tapau semua orang kat sini.
Saya tak pasti lagi sebab saya dengar Air Idrus memang kat rumah dia tak masak sangat. Suami dia masak, dia banyak main e-race.
Amirul mana Amirul? Mai aku tanya Amirul lah supaya dia pakai headphone kau. Okey, Zizan, best of luck. Silakan jentera nombor 5 Zizan Raza, everybody. Kita teruskan dengan newcomer kita. Tepukan untuk Rin Rahim. Cantik jelita di kaca TV, cantik lagi di Instagram, tapi bila sampai-sampai terus nak pengsan saya. Juga seorang usahawan. Rin, saya nak tanya terang-terang, antara semua awak seorang je yang belum cuba lagi. Dah cuba ke belum?
Cuba ni. Dah sebenarnya tapi I nak tipu. Belum cuba, so kalau yang menang I power lah.
Oh macam tu Ini janganlah macam tu, kita kena jujur. Okey, kita kena jujur. Menang Okey, pertama kali cuba sim racing ni, lagi senang daripada bawa kereta betul ke yang ini lagi susah?
Bawa kereta sendiri pun susah, racing dekat track pun susah, ini lagi lah susah. Semua susah lah sebab selalu orang yang drive kan. Tapi insyaAllah korang akan tengoklah Rin dapat medal ketak hari ni.
Cewa! Rin Rahim, everybody, temukan untuk beliau. Silakan ke jentera anda nombor 4. Our next contender, ladies and gentlemen, temukan untuk Ezrin Lloyd. Saya dah lama pantau Ezrin Lloyd ni. Kalau kita tengok dekat media sosialnya, sebenarnya, Ezrin, you sebenarnya awak ni gila motor macam Hefni juga kan. Jadi macam mana boleh terjebak dengan kereta pula tiba-tiba?
Actually, bukan pasal motor je. I like anything that fast. So Toyota offer me a seat, I say yes to it.
Cewa, even though it's online, how are you with sim racing?
I rasa sim racing is nothing much different than a real racing. It's a good platform untuk drivers out there to improve orang punya skills lah. Very recommended.
Very recommended. Murah pula tu kalau compare nak beli kereta naik track kan. Itu dia, tepukan untuk Ezrin Lloyd. Ladies and gentlemen, jentera nombor 3. Kita menjemput Ratu Bowling kita, Syaidatul Afifah. Ini dia perbezaan antara selebriti dan selebriti sukan. Walaupun sakit, tengah injured, dia tetap datang dengan semangat kesukanan. Yes. Afifah, boleh tak cerita apa jadi kat sini?
Malang tak berbau. Esok I akan surgery, doakan.
Oh, surgery apa tu?
Surgery my knee. I injured. Lutut I malang tak berbau. So masa I land tu I salah I twisted my knee. So doakanlah dipermudahkan.
ECL ke?
ACL, dia ada penyakit 3 serangkai orang cakap.
ECL, MCL dan benda-benda yang lain sewaktu dengan tu. Dan meniscus juga sekali. Wow, itu memang sangat sakit. Saya dah ada 3 knee operation. So saya faham perasaan Syahdatul Afifah. Walaupun tengah sakit, ini memang sakit ni, okey? ACL memang sakit, tapi dia tetap ada di sini untuk cuba mencabar yang lain. Syahdatul Afifah, everybody. Best of luck, Afifah. Okey, bawa kita pelan-pelan. Gitu. And our final contender, dia siap bawa dia punya fan club kat sini. Imran Akil. Handsome boy kita. And a new addition to the Toyota Gazoo Racing Celebrity Family. Imran, siap ada supporter kat sini. Jadi, kalau katakan dapat nombor yang tercurut, malu ke tak malu?
Memang malu lah, that's why. Tapi diorang adalah my backbone. So, kali ni memang takkanlah tercorotnya, insyaAllah.
Cik, takkan tu. Kat rumah dah praktis tak?
Yes.
Wah, semuanya untuk peminat-peminat sini. Jangan kasih malu, Imran Akil, ladies and gentlemen. Teruskan ke jentera nombor 1. There you are. Kita beri tepukan untuk TGR Celebrities kita. And they are ready to race. Di manakah mereka akan berlumba? Jentera apakah yang mereka akan guna? We're going to bring our celebrities all the way to Japan. What is the track? It's all down to you, Victor Cax and Matthew Sisek.
Alright, thank you so much Nas. So ini dia tuan-tuan dan puan Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023 race format. Dan when it comes to race format, I have the expert right next to me. Victor, go us through with the race format today, man.
Yeah, this is going to be a very quick and short one. We're only going to be doing a single race here, an exhibition race for the TGR celebrities. It's going to be a 15-minute long race. They'll be given 5 minutes to do their qualifying. So this means that they will have 5 minutes to set their fastest lap time. And then after that, we'll be racing for 15 minutes from start to finish. Now, this is going to be a track where it's relatively short compared to the other ones that we have on this circuit here, which means there's still going to be plenty of laps that these drivers can go through. Now, the choice of track here is going to be Tsukuba Circuit, a very, very famous track in Japan, and a legendary one at that. So, like I said, it's considered a short track, but it's still 2 kilometers long. It has 8 very technical turns and a very long, sweeping final right-hand turn, and that leads into the start-finish line. So there's plenty of opportunities here to get overtakes done, but it's certainly going to challenge our TGR celebrities here, especially with the technical section.
Alright, tuan-tuan dan puan, nampaknya itulah track setup kita dan inilah jentera yang kita akan gunakan, iaitu Toyota GR86 RZ21. Dan ini mempunyai 231 horsepower dan boleh dikatakan it is one of the finest cars so far in our races. So any extra detail yang kita boleh add di dalam jentera ni, Victor?
Well, Toyota has stepped it up another notch, haven't they?
Yeah.
Since they re-released the 86 as a GT86, they brought it back again as a GR86, giving it a nice facelift and a boost in power as well. This car is going to be perfect for our celebrities to drive here because it is relatively powerful, but not overtly so. It is also a handling monster as well, which is the perfect kind of combination you want for a technical track like Tsukuba, where it tends to get very slow with certain sections there, and the agility of this GR86 means that there's going to be plenty of opportunities for these drivers to set up scenarios for themselves.
Alright, so macam-macam kita boleh cakap tentang race kita ni, but it is the TGR Celebrities Race, and jom kita lihat profil-profil racer kita untuk hari ini. And here we go. So daripada tempat pertama sampai 10 saya akan terangkan. Kita ada Imran Akil, Syahdatul Afifah, Azrin Loy, Rin Rahim, Zizan Razak, Syukriyah, Ain Idris, Ahirin Ahiruddin, Hafni Sahad, dan akhir sekali adalah Muhammad Aslam bin Muhammad Arifin. So these are your exhibition racers ataupun TGR celebrities, dan mereka bukan saja lumba di dalam lita yang virtual, tetapi mereka lumba di dalam lita yang reality juga. So today it is a switch of the other side there, Victor.
Yeah, it's good. I'm very familiar with these guys here. We've seen them time and time again battling out in the real world when it comes to the Sepang Vios Challenge. But now they're going to be trading those real world driving gloves for virtual ones, and we're going to see whether or not they have the chops really when it comes to sim racing. It can be there's a lot of similarities for sure, but at the same time, these are going to be going into a track that's very different than Sepang. Sepang being very big and wide,
Of
a
course.
lot of opportunities to overtake in long straights. But Tsukuba, you have to be absolutely on point when it comes to the sector 2. That's where things get a little bit windy and a little bit tricky for these guys. So again, it is going to be a very interesting race. I hope you guys will be along with us for the show.
Alright, so make sure yang sedang lihat di dalam siaran langsung, especially on the live stream, and make sure you guys are already rooting for your favorite races today, especially the TGR celebrities. You know who it is. I mean, for many seasons, nama yang sama juga yang muncul, tetapi kita juga ada beberapa racer yang agak baru juga di dalam musim kita hari ini, dan that is going to be a point to talk untuk hari ini juga. So jadi kita akan masuk ke dalam perlumbaan secara rasmi tak lama lagi. Of course, we will have the qualifying juga. Dan selepas habis qualifying, kita akan terus masuk ke dalam a 15-minute sprint race. Victor, this is going to be a long, entertaining 15 minutes of race. And right now, we are underway for the qualifying.
Yeah, this is going to be a very fun one for our celebrity drivers. They're very much used to having to go onto the track there, dressed up in the full racing overall. They can just come onto this event here just wearing slacks and the t-shirt. So it's a very different kind of garb to bring in to this race here. So we have Shukri Yahya currently out on track here. He's coming around the second to last corner, and after this will be a nice long straight reaching to the final corner, which is very long and very wide. It's almost kind of like a mini oval in a sense, except there is no banking at all, and that's where drivers will be taking the GR86 at maximum speed through this turn, while at the same time making sure they don't overshoot it by the time they get to the exit here. So Shuki Yahya will come across the line to start his flying lap here, and that will kick off the qualifying for sure.
Yeah, so I think we have another 4 more minutes to go. 4 lagi minit dan nampaknya Sukri Ayah sudah pun berpusing di situ. Dan bersama dengan Aslam juga. No, that is actually Aslam, it's not Sukri Ayah. And there you go, Azrin Lloyd coming in as well. No, Sukri Ayah also went for the spin, Victor. Disebabkan kamera tu bertukar-tukar tiba-tiba kan. That is where we got a little confused. Tidak apa, kita on board bersama dengan Zizan Razak. Dan beliau bukan saja seorang pelakon, Victor. He also involved heavily in motorsports, be it reality to virtual or virtual to reality. This man is another one to watch over here.
Yeah, he even took part as well in the Vios Endurance Cup that happens at the same time as the MSF Cup. So he has a lot of experience behind the wheel, and this time around, whether it be like a real car or a video game, he's always going to be very serious whenever he picks up behind the wheel. Nevertheless, he's now coming around to the final corner here. Tsukuba being like only 2 kilometers long, a lot of times, especially during time attacks, the drivers always try to aim to try to get there in under a single minute. And the GR86 is certainly a car that can certainly be capable of that. Though Zizan Razak does take the top honors here. 1 minute 3.9 seconds is the time to beat here in the celebrities class.
Yeah, so that is something really amazing to watch so far. And I think few of my other races that I'm really going to look forward today is going to be Azrin Loy and also Hanif as well there, Victor.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be... it's definitely, if they had the experience playing Gran Turismo before, this will be very familiar for them. But from the sounds of it, a lot of them, this is going to be their literal first time ever trying out what it's like to race in the virtual world. So I think a lot of things can happen. A lot of situations that they wouldn't naturally find on a real racetrack can happen right over here. And even the penalty system is very different than what they're used to in regular motorsports sense. But you can even see some of these guys struggling even to try to keep the car on track. A lot of slip and sliding going on here in Tsukuba, but Zizan Razak is still able to keep himself on track there to try to go for another lap. Doesn't quite improve his time, but at the very least, he's getting a little bit of a warm-up right now to how he's going to try to deal with the race later on.
Saya rasa inilah masa untuk mereka melakukan kesilapan, Victor. To know where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are. So inilah masanya, sebab once kita dah mulakan race kita secara rasmi, then there is no time or room for any sorts of mistakes.
Ezrin Lloyd now moves up into second place overall there. Nice time there, only 0.2 of a second behind Zizan Raza. So that's a very competitive time indeed. Shukri Yahya currently sitting in third right now. He is 0.6 behind Ezrin Lloyd, 0.8 behind Zizan Raza. So pace-wise, I think these these guys are probably going to be in that top 3 there. But it really depends on how they handle the start. Again, it's only going to be a 15-minute long race, which means that if they miss out on even a single lap, they can find themselves very much behind everyone else and will have a very hard time in order to catch up to the rest.
Alright, so 1 minit lagi kita akan mulakan race kita. It is going to be the end of qualifying. Siapakah yang akan mencatat masa yang cukup baik? So far, Zizan Raza sekarang ni berada di dalam tempat yang pertama dengan setting the fastest timing di dalam lap ini. Dan sudah pun mencatat masa 1 minit 3 saat. And that is the fastest so far, Victor.
Yeah, so Zizan Razak's time is still standing for now. No one's been able to get close except for this guy, Ezrin Lloyd. Still 0.2 off, but then that last lap didn't quite work out for him. Nevertheless, he will still have one more shot to try to take this here as we've only just reached that 5-minute mark. So other drivers coming across the line right now. Who else is going to be able to challenge Zizan Razak for this pole position? We'll have to see.
So on board right now, we're having a look on Zizan Raza. And this is the man that everyone is rooting for, but we cannot discount the rest. We also have Hapni Saad, Ain Idrus as well, as someone that we need to close up there, because di dalam dunia yang reality, Victor, they are not allowed to do mistakes. But maybe over here, they can go bump to bump over here, you never know.
Oh, I mean, again, the car is literally similar to the road-going version of the GR86, and it's definitely a car that's very much designed for these kind of like short-track races, right? It's meant to be very maneuverable, has a decent amount of weight to power as well, and it's certainly a joy to drive in real life. You know, I've heard and seen Tengku Jan actually having fun using the new GR86, and in fact, he's already put in an order for the car himself, so that you know that it's very much a driver's car, isn't it?
All right, of course. I mean, Tengku Jan being Tengku Jan anyways. But that is a whole different story. Right now, we're taking all the inspirations coming here all the way to the TGR Celebrities race. So in the meantime, we'll be going into our official race very, very shortly. 15 minutes, yeah, Victor?
Yep.
15 minutes for them to go all out?
15 minutes to win it.
15 minutes to win it. 15 minit untuk menang. So that is the biggest thing that they are really fighting for today. And we will be going into the race very, very shortly. That's what I'm hearing on my comms right now. But Victor, who do you think is going to be winning this? Like, do you have several names, or do you want to make predictions for everyone to hear over here?
I don't know. I'm really interested to see what Ezrin will bring to the table here, because his time is quite competitive with Zizan Raza. Now, naturally, during the Vios Challenge, Zizan and Shukri will often be the top 2 guys to beat in the celebrities class, but didn't look like Shukri was getting close enough to Ezrin Lloyd here. And Ezrin, this year being his debut season in the TGR Celebrities, has been nothing short of impressive so far. So, going to be having high hopes for him coming into this one here. But with Zizan taking the pole position now, he's definitely showing that, like, you know, he can dominate on the track when it comes to real life. He can dominate as well when it comes to virtual reality.
Okay, who's going to stop him today, right? That is the biggest question. Sebab kita tahu di dalam dunia reality pun, Zizan has been heavily involved and he knows in and out of the track. But right now, in the virtual, anything can happen. So we are all putting it down for the racers to compete one-on-one, and let's see who will be bringing that championship home.
Yeah, so it's again, it's a nice little track to do this kind of sprint race, right? Tsukuba Circuit. It's very famous because a lot of times the manufacturers in Japan will always use this track as a benchmark to show how good their street cars are. And in Time Attacks as well, there's a very famous story about like the quest really to go under 1 minute on this track, which is something that's very doable even with modern sports cars today. And being able to do that in Tsukuba is always such a big deal. And you can see that even from the times that we see in virtual here, the GR86 is perfectly capable of reaching that 1 minute mark, and maybe just a little bit of tuning, a little bit of a modification, maybe.
Was the tuning button is on?
Yeah, I don't think so for this race. No, it's still going to be just like Vios, you know, you make sure that we have all the drivers have the same kind of car, and this kind of spec series is really nice because it allows the drivers to use their skill and their talents in order to come ahead. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, this is the TGR Celebrities Exhibition race. It's going to be go time right now for all this to come off the line. But it looks like Ezrin Lloyd pulls way ahead of everyone else. He's already in the lead by the time we get into the first turn. Aslam is going to try to come around the other side. Shukri Yaya in the meantime a little bit in trouble there. Her car has gone off onto the track and into the hay bales while the rest of them still pull on. Ezrin Lloyd is currently in the lead. He's entering sector 2 right now, coming up to the very tight section here, which is going to be turns 5 and 6. 2 back-to-back corners. He does cut through and he does keep himself in the lead right now. Ezrin leading the first lap so far.
Apa yang betul-betul menarik saya sekarang ni, Victor, is when we're talking about Ezrin is leading the race. So, tidak ngapa, kita akan tunggu dan lihat. Kita mempunyai lebih kurang 15 minit di dalam race ini. And let's see who is going to be the winner. Kita on board bersama dengan Zizan Razak yang kini berada di dalam P yang keempat. And I'm very, very sure it's not going to be a hard job untuk, especially for him. He knows this really, really well, that Victor. His experience speaks so well. But Ezrin Lloyd is still leading this race in P1, P2 untuk Aslam dan P3 untuk Syukriyaya. Bagaimana pula for the rest of the other races, Victor?
Yeah, I mean, Hanif right now is still in 7th place. He's a little bit far off from everyone else. I think we saw Ayn Edrus go off the track there. She's facing the wrong way around, trying to get back on. But Hanif will be able to pass her for 6th place now. In the meantime, Zizan Raza is trying to chase up the Shukri Yahya from behind, and it thinks like there should be enough of a margin there for him to get the catch up there. But so far, things are starting to settle down here on the track, but we're only just about 1.5 minutes through. And Shukri is spun around. He's dropped a place or 2 here, and Zizan Raza moves up into 3rd place now. He's on a podium position.
Alright, Nas kena tanya nanti kenapa Syukri dah belok 2 kali dah pusing 2 kali dah sekarang ni. But never mind, kita akan teruskan. Zizan Raza is in P3 right now, Victor. Dan kemungkinan boleh saja memintas. The man in the front, Aslam is in trouble. Dan Zizan terus mendapatkan P kedua. Dan sekarang mengejar untuk menjadi the main man in the front. Will he chase Ezrin Lloyd? We will find out in the next few turns.
Yeah, he is already pulling so far ahead of Aslam after already having dispatched him. And Aslam drifting his way through that final corner, has to keep it under control before he gets on the main straight. But Zizan now pulling straight ahead there. Ezrin, he is about 4 seconds ahead, but he spun around. Ezrin, or someone has spun around on the second corner there. Aslam and Zizan will be coming on the scene just about now. It looks like it was Ezrin Lloyd who did spin around there. Zizan Razak moves up in the lead. He's leading the lap now. Hanif, in the meantime, fights with Ayn Edrus to take away P6 there. Another car is going to be coming in. That's Shukri Yahya, who is just recovered on the track there. Hanif, unfortunately, turns around. He spins and slips into the grass.
Aduh, nampak je banyak pusing hari ni Hanif pun pusing. We saw Aslam also pusing, Ezrin. Dan sekarang Syukriyaya pula kehilangan kawalan. Dan Ayn Edrus terus mendapatkan P yang kelima. Now they are being in the top 5 there, Victor. Dan baru saja 3 minit, macam-macam dah berlaku dah. Macam mana ni?
It's literally drive to survive here, and they just have to survive by staying on the tarmac and not on the grass. So far, Ayn Edrus, she was able to recover despite spinning out in the last corner early on, but then Shukri Yahya is straight up trying to challenge her for her 5th position here. So Ayn Edrus is going to have to watch out. Shukri coming in from the outside, moves quickly onto the inside here. Cool, quick and clean maneuver there for Shukri to take P5.
Yep, he really needs to watch out over here because we know Ayn Edrus can do something crazy over here. Tidak apa, kita akan bersama dengan Ayn Edrus yang kini berada di dalam P yang ke-6. Kita menuju ke dalam seleko yang ke-12. Di dalam seleko ini agak panjang, tetapi kita lihat Syukri is going a little bit wide di situ. Ayn berada di dalam garisan ke dalam, tetapi tidak cukup speed di situ untuk Ayn untuk mengejar Syukri yang kini yang berada di hadapan. Tetapi tidak apa, Ezrin Lloyd, it's still the fastest man on the lap, clocking 1.02.813 right now, Victor.
This is going to be interesting. Aslam is caught up to Zizan Razak now within a second of him in first place there. And they're coming around the back straight now towards that final corner. Last time around, Aslam was looking out of shape when he took his corner again. Is he going to be able to keep it nice and clean this time around? He still is going to be drifting in a little bit on entry there. And it's going to bleed out a bit of time, although he does catch up a little bit of Zizan. By the time he gets on the exit, it's still within that 1 second there. So I think Zizan should be a little bit safe at this point.
That's very, very true. And right now, Zizan is still in the P1, and kita tunggu dan lihat what is going to be happening now. Apa jadi di situ? Kenapa ada tayar je? Okay, nampaknya Aslam yang sudah pun berpusing di situ. I'm not sure what happened over here. He took the inside and he lost balance or something there, Victor.
Oh no, This is the funniest thing about this is the funniest thing about sim racing is the only kind of activity where touching grass is considered a bad thing. And unfortunately for Aslam, his rear tire, it touched the grass there.
Okay.
He lost traction on the rear, and there was no way for him to recover from that point on. So Ezrin Loy will be able to capitalize on this, though, overtaking him now to take second place. Although it's still going to be quite a gap before he is going to be able to catch up to Zizan Raza. But nevertheless, this is where they stand.
Alright, 10 minit yang terakhir bagi exhibition race kita di dalam TGR Celebrities Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia. Dan Hafni saat kemungkinan boleh saja memberikan sedikit saingan kepada Zizan yang kini berada di dalam tempat pertama. But it does not going to be matter much there, Victor, as he's in P8 over there. He's way behind one lap. And tidak apa, Zizan is still in the front. No one is touching him, and who is passing who over here? And it seems like Zizan just doing
just lapping everybody right now.
Hanif
still going to fight back though, and Reen Rahim unfortunately spins out.
But
everyone is just spinning out here. It's just really a drive to see who can kind of like survive a nice clean lap here. And Zizan Raza now having dispatched the two other drivers here by lapping them. He's still on the climb, and that's certainly going to make it a lot harder for anyone else to challenge his lead.
Okay lah, Zizan seorang je so far keeping it very steady. There is no sorts of any sort of mistakes. Tiada kesilapan daripada Zizan so far, and he's keeping up a very clean race. And off they come into turn number 12 again, and we are on board with the race leader Zizan Raza yang kini berada di dalam tempat yang pertama. Tapi tidak apa, Aslam is still the man who is the fastest in this lap. But being fast does not win you lots of stuff anyways. But here you go, this man right now proving him, and we're on board with Aslam, and Aslam right now chasing Ezrin Loy in P2, man. Here we come onto turn number 1.
Catching up very quickly, actually, going into the first corner and taking a bit of a wide line, but tightens up as soon as he gets to the exit. Still a little bit unsteady there. This time around, he didn't dip his tire into the grass, so he is still able to pull on and continue to try to chase down Ezrin Loy. Now 1.5 seconds is the gap between him and the second place here, but there's some traffic trying to form up ahead, and that might actually help Aslam here if Ezrin Loy isn't able to get past quickly.
Kalau benda tu berjadi lah, Victor. Tidak apa, sekarang nampaknya Hafni sangat sudah pun berada di dalam tempat yang ketujuh dan sudah pun memintas the man in the front, Shukri Aya, who is literally a little bit of having a trouble over there. And I'm not sure if something is going to be happening over here. It's going to be Hanif actually. So Hanif needs to be careful at this moment, as Hafni might be looking on the inside, and off he goes onto the inside, and maybe right now, and Hanif closing him down by diving inside as well, denying him all the opportunity, and off they come into turn number 1. Oh, all right, he keep himself inside there, Victor. Tadi kalau kena rumput tu dapat pusing dah kita ni.
And you can even see from the breaking point just now, just like even a slight touch of the brake is going to force him out. He's going to end up into the wall there, so Hanif is going to be clear. In the meantime, Ezrin Loy currently stuck behind Aslam here because Aslam has just passed him for P2. So Ezrin now trying to fight back here. He's still moving Fortes. He's going to come around the inside there, and Hanif is going to have to get out of the way there. But unfortunately, he's going to block off Ezrin Loy. But look at that, Aslam catches a 3-second penalty. This could be the opportunity now for Ezrin Loy to get past. He comes around here. The penalty line is coming up in the back straight after this. So Ezrin, he's not going to be waiting for that point. He's going to try to attack him right here and now. Switching around onto the inside. He tries to nudges Aslam, trying to force him out of the line there, but he still gets blocked anyway. Aslam will come across now. This is where he's going to be forced to slow down. And Ezrin Loy will move up into second place.
I mean, lots of drama in that turn 10 on also 11. We're on board with Ezrin Loy. And Ezrin Loy sekarang ini berada di dalam tempat yang kedua, tetapi Zizan still keeping himself absolutely steady all the way in the front. And we have another couple of minutes to go in our DGR Celebrity Exhibition race. And we are still on board with Ezrin Loy. I wonder what's happening at the back there, Victor.
I mean, not much to see because like everyone else is either
spreading out,
struggling to keep themselves on the track there, or they're just literally far off from each other. That they're not able to fight for position. But it certainly is a little bit crowded here as far as the top three is concerned. Like Ezrin Loy, even though he's already made the move into Aslam, Aslam is still not too far away, and perhaps could try to come back because there's still at least about under 6 minutes to go in this race here. We're approaching the last phase of this race.
Alright, apabila sudah kita mempunyai 5 minit saja, that is where things go absolutely rough, absolutely action-packed. So 5 minit yang terakhir di dalam race ini, dan kita tunggu dan lihat siapakah yang akan jadi pemenang. So far, Zizan Raza masih lagi mengekalkan kedudukan beliau di hadapan. Dan bagaimana pula Ezrin Loy. Aslam sekarang ini berpusing. Dan terus berhenti di atas litar. Dan he cannot go through and someone just passed him over the front there. But never mind, Asrin Loy still keeping his pace, going all he can. Keeping the momentum is what Asrin Loy doing at this moment, Victor. Dan kita teruskan ke dalam seleko yang ketiga dan keempat. And someone is slowing down and Rein Rahim just passed her as well, and it's not going to be a huge problem for Asrin Loy. He calculates his movement so well as we come with another 4 minutes to go in our race.
Yeah, we like literally had to jink around to avoid all this traffic here, but they're just lapping through everyone else in the field right now. The thing is that as we are already reaching the third phase of this race, a lot of drivers have already experiencing extreme tire wear, especially on the outside tires, the tires on the left-hand side. That's why when you see on the bottom left corner of the HUD, you can see that the tires for Zizan Raza on the front left and the rear left are already completely worn down, whereas the right-hand side is still okay. And that's because the track is running clockwise, so which means that a lot of stress is being placed on the tires on the left-hand side of the car compared to the right, and that's why it wears down a lot faster. But nevertheless, even in spite of this imbalance here, Zizan Raza has been running an amazing race so far. 8 seconds in the lead right now compared to Asrin Loy. This looks like a shoe-in for sure for Zizan Raza.
Mesti ramai yang terkejut dengan persembahan daripada Zizan Raza. Bukan saja pelakon, bukan saja seorang racer in real life, but also in virtual. He is topping all out. Kemungkinan kita akan lihat serangan datang daripada Hafni, dan Hafni berada dalam garisan ke dalam dan terus memintas Ainedrus di situ untuk mendapatkan P yang ketujuh. Tetapi Ainedrus cuba untuk lawan balik, but it is not going to be happening anytime soon as Hafni has the upper hand in the front.
Yeah, she can try to perhaps try to attack on these corners here, but she needs to take a dive. Oh, and a nudge on the heavy side. She forces Heavy out of the way there and says, "Thank you very much. P7 is mine now."
Hey, that's not legal, man. Tidak apa. Ainedrus, apabila Abang Nas tadi interview, she said, this is the race where she can langgar. So there you go. Dia dah buat dah macam ni. So it is very Ainedrus thingy. But never mind. Zizan Raza right now in P1. And I wonder who is wrestling with him.
Afifa, she is being lapped right now by Zizan Raza, but stubbornly she refuses to let him pass easily. So he's literally just blocking all around.
Yeah, so I think Afifa really needs to let him down. And off she goes onto the barriers. Zizan betul-betul menolak Afifa di situ, dan Zizan terus mendapatkan P yang pertama. That is not going to be a huge problem for him. Kita on board bersama dengan Rein Rahim. And let's see if there's going to be any special thing from Rein Rahim. Nothing there, but there you go. Asrin Loy still chasing the man in the front there, Victor, but it is going to be a long, long way for him.
Yeah, it's a long way for him to try to fight for P1, but nevertheless, he's lapping plenty of these guys. Shuki Yahya trying to recover right now. He's going to get passed here by Rein Rahim, but unfortunately, there's not going to be a pass for position.
Did you realize Ahirin is missing in our race right now?
Oh, actually, I just had received information that the account that's being that has Afifa's name on it, actually, she's using that account.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Kita dah confused dah sekarang ni. Tidak apa. Kita akan fokus dengan race leader kita, Zizan Raza. And this man is on the top of his performance. Berada di dalam tempat yang pertama. And how long can he do this? I mean, especially being in the motorsport world and dominating in and out there, Victor. Dengan 2 minit saja yang berbaki di dalam race ini. Kemenangan di atas Zizan Raza. I think it's going to be all his very, very soon, I believe.
And it's already 11 seconds
Look
in
at
the
that.
lead
Look
here.
at the gap, man.
Too far. The gap is way too far. It's really a parade lap for him right about now. So there's less than 2 minutes to go here in this race. Once that timer reaches 15 minutes, that means it's going to be the final lap for all of our celebrities here. Zizan Raza comes across the line now right about that 14-minute mark. Maybe there might be potential for him to run an extra lap, but one thing's for sure, 1 more minute still remains now in our celebrity race.
Alright, so jadi kita tunggu dan lihat if there's going to be any sorts of 1 extra lap. If Zizan is able to clear it off, Ainedrus right now, nothing much to do. Zizan just going to pass him as easy as he can. Dan kepada anda yang sedang lihat di dalam siaran langsung, ini adalah Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. Kita sedang menyaksikan TGR Celebrities Exhibition Race. Dan siapa yang terbang tu?
Number 8, I think it's Ainedrus, which is ended up
terbang di situ,
spun
Victor.
out.
That was not in the plan. Ainedrus should have let Zizan go. But it is what it is. It is racing. racing anyways. Dan itu dia. We're coming into turn number 12. It's going to be a very long stretch in the front. And I don't think so Zizan is able to pass the checkered flag in time, Victor.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I think the time is literally like counting down right now. 15 minutes, so this is it. He's coming across the line right
There
now.
you go.
Zizan Raza takes a checkered flag and wins the exhibition race for the TGR Celebrities.
So itu dia. Congratulations kepada Zizan Raza yang menjadi pemenang di dalam exhibition race TGR Celebrities. Dan tempat kedua jatuh kepada Ezrin Loy. Dan tempat ketiga, we will find out it is going to be Aslam, who is all alone as he comes down into the checkered flag now. The last turn, ataupun Sleko number 12. Aduh! Berpusing, jangan pening. Aduh! And what's going to happen over here? Is he going to miss his opportunity? Someone's coming really fast at the back, but no.
He made it.
Aslam made it. Aslam made it. All right, nombor 3 jatuh kepada Aslam. Imagine that happens in an actual grand final, man.
It's happened before, really. Like, making a mistake at the final corner just when he thought he was going to get across the line. It does happen sometimes, but thankfully for Aslam, he still had a very big gap between him and 4th place. So they're certainly going to be safe for that.
Alright, so tuan-tuan dan puan, nampaknya sudah pun tamat our exhibition race di dalam TGR Celebrities. Dan inilah pemenang anda, Zizan Raza. Berikan tepungan yang agak gemuruh untuk pemenang kita, Zizan Raza. What a race, man. Unstoppable. Nanti Abang Nas, make sure you interview Zizan Raza macam-macam apakah rahsia kemenangan anda di dalam dunia virtual dan juga reality. Perfect. What a day we haven't made.
Yeah, wow, what a fun day it is here. It's great to see like Zizan, he looked more relieved than anything else, you know, when the moment he came across the line there. Probably didn't feel like that confident actually, given that this is like a virtual race. But then again, you know, he still shows the same level of talent that we've seen in the VOS challenge here. Zizan Raza, through and through, a racer at heart, is always going to be able to come out on top.
So ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on the live stream, this is the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. We're just done with our exhibition race, TGR Celebrities, and we are yet to kick off our main race, or our grand finals that will be commencing very soon. And there you go, we are having a look on the main man who just won. But never mind, the provisional result is out, and we will have a look on the provisional result. Zizan Raza di tempat pertama, tempat kedua Ezrin Loy, tempat ketiga untuk Aslam, and the number 4, who is that, Victor?
Yeah, from UEG, and then they also have... Yeah.
Okay, we didn't get information on this, but never mind, kita skip dulu. Kita pergi tempat yang nombor 5 pula, Syukriyaya, tempat ke-6 jatuh kepada Hanif, tempat ke-7 untuk Afni Saad, tempat ke-8 adalah untuk Ain Idrus. And what happened to the other 2 there, Victor? I guess they didn't make it, I guess.
maybe not.
Yes. So, Victor, throughout our race, let's put Zizan out of it. Your favorite driver, I think you're going to say Ezrin Loy.
I mean, again, he's the only guy who's like competitive in terms of times. Zizan Raza, but I think it was more of a battle to see like who makes the least amount of mistakes here on Tsukuba Circuit.
Okay,
and the thing is that
we have the results right now.
There we go. So, but in any case, for these drivers, it's just a struggle. It looks like for them to try to keep the car straight. We saw plenty of guys just kind of spinning out all over the track there, and I think it's just a lack of familiarity really with the game in this case. But nevertheless, it's great to see they were having plenty of fun out on stage here.
Absolutely. So I think kita can go to our next part of our show, and that's where I think it's going to be the prize giving ceremony or something. But yeah, one thing for sure is that we are done with our TGR Celebrities at this moment, and we will be starting our main race. The grand finals will be happening really soon, and make sure you're staying tuned for that as well if you're watching this at home.
Yeah, so race number 3 to determine the champion for the GT Cup Malaysia 2023 will be coming up after this. So make sure you guys will stick around for that, because we want to see the epic conclusion to this championship with 90,500 ringgit on the line here. Anything can kind of happen here, I think, in this championship so far. And it's been a long day of anticipation. You know, I think a lot of those drivers are currently sitting backstage right now trying to calm their nerves, you know, because this is the final race in this final round. And I think given what they've done so far, I just want to see who is going to be the one that comes out on top. I mean, Taj Aiman has been dominant throughout today here. It's really going to be a straight shootout championship between him, Danesh Wiggleswaran, as well as Chong Kai Chang. And these guys, I'm going to be so anticipating to see how they're going to try to play out this race number 3, where they're going to use a reverse grid order based on the championship position. So Taj Aiman, he's going to have the hardest job compared to everyone else, because virtually
he's going to be all the way at the back, right?
All the way at the back.
Yeah.
He's got 9 drivers to try to pass in order to try to get extra points, and it's going to be crucial. And crucially as well, this is a slightly longer race, being at 30 minutes long, and on a track like Spa-Francorchamps, it's an extremely difficult track to try to pass around here. So wow, I mean, there's a lot of things to bear in mind here. I can't wait to see what happens later on. The epic conclusion to the GT Cup Malaysia.
You can have your predictions, you can have it all, but then one thing for sure is that these races are going to go all out in our grand finals. Race number 3 to decide who is going to be the champion. But in the meantime there, Victor, if you have a look on what happened in our TGR celebrities, what do you think? Maybe is this like a warm-up session for them as well, because they'll be going into the final season as well in Vios Challenge.
Yeah, that's going to be happening right around next month. You know, it's the season finale for our Vios Challenge season. And given that this is already our 6th year of operating this, it's fantastic to see that we're going to continue to have this Vios Challenge for the immediate future. With the new Vios going to be coming out soon, the celebrity is going to have an opportunity to have a taste of this new GR Vios is going to be coming out on the market soon. And it's certainly going to be an exciting time here for Malaysian motorsports, because with all this, with the continuous support that Toyota has been bringing to us, it's been a pleasure really to be alongside them for this journey.
Yes, that is going to be the main takes, but I don't think so. There's only going to be one thing there, Victor. There's also going to be other class of races as well, especially the sporting class coming into a few other classes as well. But one thing for sure is, ladies and gentlemen, we're down here for Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023, and we just ended our main, one of the main races on our exhibition, which is the TGR Celebrities. And right now, we will be going into our prize giving ceremony, and we will be throwing it to Abang Nas, who will be presenting everything. So my man in the front, take it away.
Abang Nasa, thank you so much, Victor. Thank you so much, Mr. Matthews Isaac. Again, our commentators have been doing a swell job since yesterday, giving you the latest and insights into the races that you've been seeing right here live at Sunway Pyramid, as well as those of you who are watching your screens from home. So over here, we've just concluded the exhibition race with the TGR Celebrities. Jadi kita nak menjemput selebriti-selebriti kita untuk berbicara. Silakan TGR Celebrities kita. Halo. Mari. Kita buat kecoh kat sini sikit sebelum penyampaian hadiah kita. Kita masih sedang mengira markah-markah anda. Tapi Allahu Akbar. Tapi yang saya pastikan, dalam kita mengira, macam kita berkira semuanya kan. Antara semua, kita nak ambil gambar dulu. Kita ambil satu peluang untuk bergambar dengan semua selebriti kita. Can we have one line of celebrities right here? Kalau boleh, Afifah, you can stand. Lelaki kat depan sikit. Lelaki kat depan. Kita squad kat depan. 4 lelaki kat depan. Boleh tak? Encik Syamsul pun dah sampai. Alhamdulillah. Hold on. Let us take this picture first before we go for the prize giving ceremony. Silakan Encik Syamsul, kita bagi selebriti ni peluang. Kita ni rakyat marahan yang biasa. Kan? Okey, silakan. Itulah dia TGR Celebrities kita. Tepukan untuk mereka. Let's have a big round of applause. Thank you for your sporting behavior. 3, 2, 1. Jadi saya bersama dengan Executive Director of Marketing UMW Toyota Motor, Encik Muhammad Syamsul Muhammad Zain bersama dengan kita untuk upacara penyampaian hadiah. Okey, silakan selebriti kita. Kita tunggu di tepi sebentar untuk upacara penyampaian hadiah itu. Sementara itu, tepukan untuk VIP kita, Executive Director of Marketing UMW Toyota, Encik Syamsul Muhammad Zain. Tepukan untuk beliau. Baiklah, Encik Syamsul, kita dah bersedia ya. Alhamdulillah. Kita mengumumkan, inilah dia keputusan exhibition race kita. Di tempat yang ke-10, kita menjemput Rain Rahim. Silakan Rin. Walaupun tadi dia kata, wah saya begitu yakin untuk mendapat tempat. Tapi nampaknya dia yakin untuk mendapat tempat yang ke-10. Itu yang kita. Ambil gambar satu. 3, 2, 1, ambil gambar. Tanya kepada Rin Rahim, ladies and gentlemen. Seterusnya, tempat yang ke-9. Walaupun bertongkat, dia bukan nombor yang terakhir. Syaidatul Afifah. Itulah dia. Please drive slowly, okay? See what happen. Kalau ada accident, inilah dia yang terjadi. Please be careful on the road. Terima kasih banyak-banyak. Okey, itulah dia pemenang yang ke-9 Syaidatul Afifah. Kita teruskan dengan tempat yang ke-7. Ain Idrus. Dia dah cakap dia tadi. Matthews Isaac pun nak cerita. 8. Sorry, 8. Betul. Dia marah tu cakap, bukan saya nombor 8 sebenarnya. Jujur betul Ain Idrus kita ni. Dia bukan racing, dia main bumper car, dia main langgar-langgar tadi. Tepukan untuk Ain Idrus. Terima kasih. Janganlah marah-marah Ain, nanti suara you lagi garau. Kita teruskan dengan tempat yang ke-7, Akhirin Akhirudin. Silakan. Sorry. Hefni. Sebab sorry. Saya nampak Akhiruddin lagi gagah dari Hefni Sahad. Itu pasal. Jangan marah. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, tahniah kita ucapkan. Alright. Thank you Hefni. Seterusnya menjemput Imran Akil. Silakan. Imran Akil dengan supporter dia. Itu pasal lah dia dapat nombor yang sangat memberangsangkan. Terima kasih kepada supporters Imran Akil. Seterusnya, juara TGR Racing tapi e-racing dia susah sikit. Syukri Yahya. Dia simpan tenaga untuk on track saja. E-racing dia tak ada halnya. Cewa. Okey, sekarang baru betul tempat keempat. Akhirudin. Tempat keempat. Sampai Syukri Yahya pun kalah. Mana dia? Alamak. Nasib baik e-racing sahaja. But well done Akhirin. I hope you translate this on track as well. Sampailah masa kita announce top 3 kita. In third place, itulah dia. Wakil daripada UMW Toyota, Syalam, Muhammad Aslam, Muhammad Arifin. Okey, Muhammad Aslam, staff UMW Toyota. Tapi sekarang dah bersama-sama dengan TJ Celebrity. Kita nak tanya dia. Dia nak jadi selebriti ke dia nak jadi racer? Boleh ada pilihan sekarang. Tanya kepada Encik Muhammad Aslam. Second place. Ini dia. The driver to watch in e-racing also on track. Ezrin Loy. Baik Encik Ezrin, a credible second place. Walaupun tak biasa dengan e-racing. Racing is in your blood. Dan tempat yang pertama, seperti biasa, Zizan Raza. Oi. Dia macam tak percaya begitu. But of course, Ziza Razak ni memang kaki game. Bukan saja kaki game. Dia mahu apa yang beliau belajar on track. Dia praktis malam pula tu. Patutlah kalau tak menang tak tahulah kan. Dia suka game dan dia suka game orang juga ya. Kita berjumpa semua bersama dengan Encik Syamsul. Untuk grup foto bersama dengan Encik Syamsul. Silakan. We capture this moment together. Alright. Okay, semua okay? Alright. Akhirin tepi dengan Encik Syamsul. Boleh tak? Apa ni? Main ubah-ubah? I tak nak. Janganlah. Alah. Suara you cantik. You pun cantik. Okay, cantik orang dia. Allah kena pujuk lah baru nak duduk. Itulah dia, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who just joined us here at Sunway Pyramid. This is the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. We've just witnessed an exhibition race with our Toyota Gazoo Racing celebrities. Tepukan untuk mereka. And congratulations to our champion, Caesar Raza. Okay, terima kasih juga. Okay, one last video. Terima kasih Encik Syamsul Muhammad Zain. Terima kasih kepada selebriti-selebritis kita. Kita menjemput anda semua untuk turun dari pentas. Thank you so much Encik Syamsul. Terima kasih banyak-banyak. Baiklah, let's clear the stage. Everybody, let's clear the stage as we set it up for our grand finals. Thank you Encik Syamsul. Dan kepada anda yang sedang menonton di rumah, while we set things up right here, apakah jentera yang telah digunakan sepanjang GT Cup Malaysia 2023 ini? A little bit of an introduction. Let's take a look at all the cars that have been raced so far. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Iqbal Suji. I'm the reigning champion of the Toyota GR Velocity Esports Championship, now known as Toyota GR GT Cup Malaysia. And I'm very excited about defending my title at the Grand Finals from the 18th to the 20th of August. Once again, we will get to experience a multitude of cars that the Gazoo Racing brand has. So, let's take a look at which exciting vehicles we will see at this year's tournament. The GR Yaris has proven itself to be a worthy champion on the stages of the World Rally Championship. And this homologation special road variant is no slouch either, as its great handling will bode well with the slopes and hilly nature of Laguna Seca in the quarterfinals. It will be interesting to see how racers will respond to the GR Yaris RZ around Laguna Seca's famous elevation changes. The climb up to the corkscrew and the descent will be a crowd-pleasing shot. And what's unique about the GR Yaris RZ is its electronically controlled differential adjustment, which distributes torque from front to rear. On to the 2020 GR Supra RZ. Toyota's flagship sports car model made waves in the automotive scene and is ready to tackle anything. In our first semi-finals, we'll be taking the Supra to a now fan-favorite track in the Gran Turismo series at the scenic Dalmatian coastline. Racers will have to maneuver the GR Supra RZ around Dragon Trail's fast, technical layout. It employs a classic sports car recipe done properly. Lightweight, a rear-wheel drive, and finely balanced. What's special about this car is its inline-six engine that produces up to 382 brake horsepower that pushes the car upwards of 300 kilometers per hour. In our second semi-finals, we'll see racers in the 86 Group B rally car in an idyllic town. This car and track combo wouldn't look out of place given the fact that Alsace once hosted stages for the WRC's Rallye de France. Here, racers will have to respond to the car's mighty acceleration and power in the varying corners around Alsace. The 86 Group B rally car is Gran Turismo's modern interpretation of a Group B rally car, but with more safety features. It also features aerodynamic enhancements such as a 2-layered rear spoiler for maximum downforce. For the first of the two finals, our 10 racers will be driving the GR Supra Racing Concept on one of America's best road courses, Watkins Glen International. It is a great car and track combo that guarantees to be an engaging spectacle, as we'll see the Supra around Watkins Glen's fast sweepers. The GR Supra Racing concept was designed with LMGTE regulations in mind. It is also interesting to note that the new GT500 and GT300 iterations won in Super GT, their first time out at Fuji in 2020. The World Endurance Championship winning Toyota GR10 Hybrid features in the second final and is a car befitting of the occasion. We'll find out who our champion is in this very car. It features a hybrid system that produces a combined 939 brake horsepower in 4-wheel drive package, 671 brake horsepower from the engine, and 268 brake horsepower from the electric motors. Let's see how racers will respond in the GR10 Hybrid and its hybrid system brake regeneration at Spa. It is definitely a championship-winning car. The Toyota's Le Mans Hypercar won the 24 Hours of Le Mans in its first year of competition. All in all, it has won 2 24 Hours of Le Mans, 2 WEC Constructors Championships, and 2 WEC Drivers Championships. There you have it, an absolutely fine selection of machinery that the Toyota Gazoo Racing brand has to offer at this year's championship. Join us on the 19th and 20th of August for our live semi-finals and finals at Sunway Pyramid to see what these cars are all about and who will walk away with the title of Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia Champion. We'll see you on the virtual racetracks.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. My name is Matthews Isaac, and right next to me is Victor Cass as we bring you all the action that will be happening here live. And one thing for sure is we are in the grand finals, man.
Yeah, the final race of the grand finals and a perfect way to cap off the day here. A 30-minute long race here on Spa-Francorchamps using the legendary GR10 hybrid from 2021. These are your grand finalists coming into this competition. Taj Ayman has been dominant in the first couple of races here. Can he successfully clinch his title yet again to make it 3 in total for him? We'll have to find out. Dennis Warren comes in from Kuala Lumpur. Muir Muhammad Hafiz also comes into the mix here alongside Wingo, Alvin Chai, Chong Kai Chang, as well as Haris Shami, all representing Selangor alongside Taj Ismin Ayman and Akiel Salfi. Lao Wei Kit made it to this competition all the way from Penang, and Chao Jin Ye represents Negeri Sembilan. 90,500 ringgits is up for grabs, but only one will be the champion.
Yep, only one will be the champion. Hanya seorang saja yang boleh menjadi champion di dalam grand final kita hari ini. But one thing for sure there, Victor, I just can't wait to find out who it is.
Yeah, and of course, you know, besides just being the Malaysian champion as well, they will also represent us when it comes to the GT Cup Asia Pacific finals as well. So that's going to be an extra kind of like bonus for them because they get to show what they're capable of on the world stage. And certainly, you know, looking back at like how things turned out for the grand final so far, it's been quite an interesting journey here for Taj Ayman because again, the fact was that in that first race, it could have easily not have been a win because he caught, he not only didn't quite get himself on the front row, but he even caught a penalty that dropped him all the way down to P6. But the comeback is so strong here for Taj Ayman. He fought his way back up the ranks there and eventually went on to win that first race. And I cannot stress how crucial that is. Because of that, he was able to get like, a lot of points from the get-go. And then in the next race subsequently, he won that race as well.
Yes.
So,
I mean, this guy is an alien driver, man. But adakah Taj Ayman boleh menjadi pemenang dan juga mendapatkan 3 championships, Victor? If he wins in another one, it's going to be number 3 for him. But will he do it or not? That is going to be another huge question. We'll find that out very, very soon. Anything else you want to add on right now, Victor, before we go into the next part of our show?
I mean, I just got to have to say, like, a huge, huge thank you to UMW Toyota Malaysia for supporting us all this while. You know, not only have they been able to help bring up the sim racing scene here, but the support as well when it comes to Malaysian motorsports has been great through the Vios Challenge program. And frankly, it's been quite an honor to be alongside them for this journey.
All right, so talking about the grand finals, talking about the 10 incredible races that will be going all out in our race today, let's go to the main stage and find out who it is. Nas, over to you, man.
Thank you, dear commentators. I know you guys on the sidelines, you've been doing your math, a little bit of calculations. What are the chances of Taj Ayman bottling this and losing out the championship to somebody else? Very, very slim, actually. So this championship is Taj Ayman's race to lose. And so, ladies and gentlemen, after 2 races, it's come down to race number 3 of the grand finals of Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. Siapa yang akan bakal mewakili Malaysia di GT Cup Asia dan membawa pulang RM25,000? The race begins now as we invite our finalists to their machines one last time. We shall begin with racer number 1, Chao Jin Ye. Let's go! And this is it. This is finalist number 1. Next up, let's invite Lao Wui Kit. Wicket, over to your machine. Next, we invite Chong Kai Chang. One of the drivers that's going to be a strong contender against Taj Aiman. Next, let's bring up Mr. Wayne Go. After hiatus, back here in the semi-finals and making his way to the finals as well. Good luck, Mr. Wayne Go. Next up, we have Danesh Vigneshwaran. Yet another contender for this year's grand finals. Well done, Danesh. And let's do your best in this final race. Next, we invite the would-be champion himself. We'll find out soon enough. Taj Izrin Aiman. Consistently racing his way to the top. And now, it is down to the final race. Taj Aiman, best of luck to you. Kita teruskan dengan menjemput Mio Muhammad Hafiz, dipersilakan. Also a strong contender for the grand finals. Kali ini, Mio, are you ready? Over to your machine. Well done. Next driver, tepukan untuk Alvin Chai. Congratulations on making this far, Alvin. Alvin will be running his final race. Over to your machine. Next, we call upon Haris Syami bin Muntasir. Dipersilakan. Whoa. I tell you what, there's no points for style, but you definitely got style, Haris. Over to your machine. And our final contender, put your hands together for Akil Safi. No matter what happens on track, Akil always has a smile on his face. That's the way you race. Over to your machine, Akil. Ladies and gentlemen, one last time, let's give our 10 grand finalists a big round of applause as they burn some virtual rubber. It's time to go racing. It's back to our commentators, Victor Cax and Matthews Isaac.
All right, thank you so much, Nas. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the overall results on the standing of race 1 and race 2. So tempat pertama kita lihat Taj Izrin Aiman, tempat kedua adalah Chong Kai Chang. Tetapi Taj Izrin Aiman 51 mata, 51 points in his bags, Victor. And Chong Kai Chang is on 35. Danesh Vigneshwaran is on 29 points. On P4 we see Mio Muhammad Hafiz on 25 points. And P5, it is going to be dropping for Wayne Go with 24 points. P6, it is lower kid, or better known as Sony Gazoo with 18 points. Xiao Jianye on P7 with 7 points. Haris Syami on P8 with 7 points. And Alvin Chai on P9 with 6 points. Akil Safi, the last man, with also 6 points. But what here is going to be the most interesting part there, Victor?
So the thing is that Taj Aiman has a 16-point lead to Chong Kai Chang right now, and Chong Kai Chang is definitely mathematically is the best person to challenge him for that title. But if you look further down the line there, the closeness between second place all the way down to fifth is within just a margin of points. So I think that second, third, and fourth place is still not set in stone yet, and this is what most of the drivers here will be contending with. But nevertheless, for Chong Kai Chang, for Danesh Vigneshwaran, they will certainly be looking at the #1 man here, and will be seeking to try to finish way ahead of him. But for Taj Aiman, all he has to do is to drive very clean here on this final race.
All right, so talking about Taj Aiman, I think our entire eyes will be locked on this man. Will he get the #3 or not? We will find that out. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. And before we show you the track setup and the car that we'll be using, one thing for sure is this is the overall results of what is happening right now. All right, so I think the main man in the front there, here we go.
Thank you very much. All right, right here as our drivers set themselves up for one final race. I'm here with Alex, race director of Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. Alex, we cannot avoid but talk about Taj Aiman right here. Head and shoulders above the rest. Even though in difficult times, somehow he's got the ability to think quickly on his feet and take a risk and go on to win the race. So what are your thoughts on his performance this year?
Yeah, he's been the most complete driver. He's won this title 2 times. You know, he's very tough to beat. I thought Kai Chang was going to win the first round earlier today, but he made a small mistake with the fuel consumption. But like you said, you've got to get everything together. It's not just about the driving. You've got to think quickly, the strategy, how you look after the tires, fuel consumption. All these things are important. And now we're going to Spa. And Spa is so tough. Fuel consumption is high, tire wear is high, so anything can happen still.
It's a 30-minute race after all at Spa-Francorchamps for the race 3. But I'd like to speak about the overall progress of all our grand finalists. You've seen them through the quarterfinals, to the semifinals, all the way to the grand final. Do you see a general raise in standards?
Absolutely. Definitely the standards are going up. Also, it's great because we've seen so many new guys come and try and qualify. I think everyone saw Campus Edition yesterday.
Yep.
So we had a lot of new faces here, and I'm super excited to see them because I got a feeling quite a few of them will be in the semifinals and the finals next year as well. So big thanks to Toyota, just bringing it to everyone. Racing is affordable, racing is cheap through these sort of programs.
Absolutely, and of course, at this point in time, any person who can move a steering wheel with a PlayStation can start driving cars soon enough, yeah? So as we can see right here, maybe one last question. So you say that everyone's standards has gone up, but it's just the fact that Taj Aiman's standards has gone up even higher. So does it bode well for Team Malaysia when we go to GT Cup?
GT Cup Asia, yeah, so the top 3 would go to that. The standard all around the region has gone up. Taj, I think, he's, the great thing about all these drivers are they do communicate with each other, they try and coach each other. He just doesn't make any mistakes. So I think that the other 2 drivers that come from Malaysia to go to GT Cup Asia, they're also going to have to try and raise their level and not make any mistakes. Then Malaysia stand a good chance.
Excellent. So good luck to Team Malaysia. I'm sure you'll be there every step of the way as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Yung, Race Director of GT Cup Malaysia 2023. All right, thanks for the great work you've done so far, Alex. And now it's come down to this. Our racers are standing by. They're just going through their paces. And it's now back to our commentators as we go into race 3. Who will bring home 25,000 ringgit? We'll find out soon enough. Over to you guys.
All right, thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be going into our race very, very shortly. But here we go. Spa is going to be the main track where Alex Yung was talking earlier on, but we will go through the track later on. But right now, Victor, it is going to be a blockbuster of a final now.
Yeah, it's going to be reverse grid based on the championship positions here. So Taj Aiman is going to be starting from the back. He's going to have to fight through all 9 of the other rivals for the title here in order to try to get a win overall. So this is the race format, a little bit different compared to what we've seen so far because this is going to be 30 minutes long. And as we said, it's going to be grid position determined by the championship position, so no qualifying is required. Now the fuel and tires here, this is going to be spicy. Fuel is at 12 times the simulation rate. Tires is at 10. So this virtually guarantees, for me at least, that this the 2-stop strategy is probably the most ideal strategy to do here. So that means there's a lot of variety for these drivers to try to use. And given that Spa-Francorchamps not only is a very difficult circuit to run on, it is also the longest circuit that our finalists had to contend with for today. So there's plenty of challenge here. It's going to be the toughest race they will ever have to face. And what a fitting way really to close out this grand finals.
Alright, so itu dia race format kita. Jom kita lihat our track setup pula. Di manakah litar yang kita akan menggunakan di dalam race yang ketiga. Kita akan menggunakan itu dia Spa-Francorchamps, dan ini mempunyai satu track yang cukup luar biasa, cukup bersejarah dan masih lagi digunakan di dalam dunia F1. Dan itu dia all the way in Belgium there, Victor, with 7 kilometers long, 20 turns. And the most challenging part of this track is going to be the Redillion and also Yale Rouge.
Yeah, for me personally, this is my favorite track of all time. Like, no cap at all. This is one of the best racetracks to ever have the pleasure to drive on, and it's certainly the best kind of battlefield to ask for all these drivers. The car we're going to use is a GR10 Hybrid 2021, a hybrid car that produces 670 brake horsepower on the ICE engine, but also produces 298 horsepower off of an electric motor that's fitted to its transmission. It is extremely speedy light coming in just over a ton there. In fact, only 40 kilograms above it. It has plenty of downforce. It's practically like driving a Formula car, but it's fully cowled up. And this is going to be an amazing car to drive here out in Spa-Francorchamps.
All right, so that is the car setup, and let's have a look on the prize pool. Who will be winning what? Dan itu dia, champion akan membawa pulang RM 25,000. 25,000 is up for grabs. And for second place, they'll be bringing home 15,000. Third place will be bringing home 10,000 ringgit. And for the fourth place, it is going to be 7,500. Fifth place, 5,500. Sixth place, 4,500. Seventh place, 4,000. Eighth place, 3,500. Ninth place, 3,000. 10th place, 2,500. And from 11th all the way to 20th is going to be 1,000 ringgit each. But we already have our top 10 right now who will be going all out for the main money over here there, Victor.
Yeah, they have to go all out, even touch Ayman as well, because again, if he does finish, if he doesn't really gain any positions in this final race here, that means that it might still be wide open for Chong Kai Chang perhaps to snatch the title away. So he still needs to fight really hard in these 30 minutes here on Spa in order to try to make up positions. But the good news for him is that because he was already so dominant in race 1 and 2, he has more than enough points that if he does finish 6th place or above, that's virtually guaranteed the title right there. I mean, barring any sort of like unexpected situations there because of penalties or not, Taj Ayman just continues to impress us time and time again. Last year, he missed out on a championship. This time around, he's coming back in full force, and looks like all he needs to do is just keep it nice and clean, and the third title might be on the cards.
All right, could be the standout driver for today, and it could be the main man to go all out today as well. But one thing for sure is that Victor, top 10 drivers over here, and the points are pretty much decent enough here and there. But Chong Kai Chang will be another man to actually speak onto it there, Victor.
Yeah, he's going to be the underdog for sure coming into this one here. And the only other person with a slight outside chance is Danish Wiggins-Warren here. But then again, you know, it all depends on where Taj Ayman ends up, because in the case of Danish, right, even if Danish just wins, Taj Ayman just needs to be what, P7, P8, and he already defeats him just based on points. So that is how dominant Taj Ayman has been in this competition here. But nevertheless, you know, when we talk about the second place onwards, that is very much wide open. Ladies and gentlemen, grand finals race number 3 is a go. 30 minutes to win it now as the drivers pull off the line in Spa-Francorchamps. Southie is going to try to take on the inside there. Alvin is going to try to attack on the outside. Harry Shami is pulling into second, but a pile-up has just happened on the start. What a disaster there as the driver has turned around. Taj Ayman has made up 2 places so far. Alvin Chai unfortunately has spun the wrong way. He's in 10th place right now. Coming down through Eau Rouge and up to Radion goes our 10 finalists here. Taj Ayman chasing hard on the heels of Chong Kai Chang.
This is absolutely insane of a race, even though it's just the few minutes into it, Victor. Dan kita on board bersama dengan Taj Ayman dan cuba mengejar Kai Chang, dan juga Mio Hafiz sudah mendapatkan 1 saat penalti sekarang ni, and they will definitely need to look forward to clear that out. But Taj Ayman right now is the man to watch. He's in P8. He has already won race 1, race 2. Can he get the hat-trick over here? And let's see if this is going to be able to happen. And Taj Ayman going on the inside and got into P7 now. But looks like it is going to be a bowling alley at some point over here as we come in onto downhill over here in turn number 17.
He's going to have to play clean, but again, these penalties, you know, is only for the first lap. We still have a long way to go here in Spa-Francorchamps, so it is not definite yet. Taj Ayman, though, he is on the chase, already made up 3 places so far. We haven't even finished the first lap yet. Lau Woi-Kit currently sitting in 3rd place. He's now getting chased very hard by Mio Harfis behind him, even though Mio has a 1-second penalty there. So that will certainly open up a gap later on, but Lau Woi-Kit, in the meantime, though, he wants to hold on to his position as much as he can, because he knows he's chasing close to Danish Wiggins-Warren, and if he can't finish in this top spot here, that's certainly going to be able to give him even more monetary value in terms of points there. Nevertheless, now coming over the line, the penalties will be applied, so some guys will have to slow down, including Mio Hafiz, and Wayne Go will capitalize on this, being able to shoot past him to go to P4. Now on the chase with Lau Woi-Kit, he's coming around to the chicane here. Look at Wei, he takes around there, trying to find a way through, but Lau Woi-Kit still stays right in the middle there, and Wayne Go isn't able to find a way through.
Ya, masa inilah anda kena melakukan braking yang sangat-sangat baik, dan kita akan terus ke dalam turn yang pertama sekarang ni, dan Wayne masih lagi berada di dalam tempat yang keempat. cepat. Dan di hadapan adalah Sony Gazoo, dan bagaimana pula Sony Gazoo akan mengatur strategi beliau di dalam race ini. Kita baru saja berada di dalam 2 minit of the race and we still have a long way to go, and Sony Gazoo is going to be another man that I really love to watch there, Victor. And off we come into the next turn over here, coming into turn number 4 and 5, and it is the Yauroj and also Redilion. Dan kita on board bersama dengan Danish Vigneswaran, another man that has been impressing us. As what Victor said, V7 would be just nice for this man, but I'm very sure he's going to be aiming much bigger than that. And Kai Chang might be looking on the inside and gone into P6 now, and someone is going on me-office. That's going to be a penalty there, Victor. I'm not sure, but Wayne just ran out over that.
Yeah, Wayne is one out in slow, but then Chong Kai Chang managed to avoid all of that drama there and moves up into 5th place ahead of Mir Hafiz. Taj Aiman is going to be next on his line for sure. There is Chong Kai Chang and him. The Chong Kai Chang is the guy who probably has the best chance here to defeat Taj Aiman in the championship here. Weakness Warren right now is trying to chase Hamishami. He almost get close there, but then unfortunately has dropped down a little bit, making a gap of 1.3 seconds to the race leader here. But nothing short of a race win is going to do here for Danish Vigneswaran, regardless of the circumstances of Taj Aiman's races right now. But nevertheless, we still will soldier on.
Yeah, talking about Danish Vigneswaran, the main man in the front, it is still Harishami holding on to his P1. It was a wonderful start for him in the race. Dan masih lagi mengekalkan kedudukan beliau di hadapan. Dan kita tunggu dan lihat if there is going to be any moment for Danish Vigneswaran to capitalize this man in the front. But on the other side, Taj Aiman is in P4, Victor. He is definitely climbing all the way up. It's still early in the race there. What is going on, man?
I know, it's the magic, you know. Taj Aiman simply is magic. There's a reason why he's won back-to-back championships in 2020 and 2021. He's insanely good at this game, ladies and gentlemen. Chao Jin-Ye right now trying to go for a recovery here as he chases Muhammad Mir Hafiz as they come around the main straight now. Trula Soares goes Harishami as well as Danish Vigneswaran. Woikit Lau falling close behind. Taj Aiman still has a little bit of a gap to try to build up to before he can get on the podium position, but it's certainly still time to do so. Vigneswaran going out to Radion now, almost looking out of shape there as he gets over the crest, but nevertheless, it still stays on Harishami's tail.
Yeah, off we go into the camel straight. Danish Vigneswaran is the man that we're really looking forward at this moment. Dan kita tunggu dan lihat apakah serangan datangnya daripada Danish Vigneswaran yang mempunyai cost 5 penalty di situ, but that's not going to be something for him to worry about. But he really needs to worry about the man at the back, and that is none other than Sony Gazoo chasing this man from the back. We're coming into turn number 16, and let's see if there's going to be any sorts of movements by the rest of the others. And Harishami still holding on to his P1, and Danish Vigneswaran right now in P2, followed by Sony Gazoo in P3.
So consider the insane level of speeds we're seeing from these cars here. I mean, the GR10, this is a fully fledged World Endurance Championship winning machine, and it takes a lot of skill and a lot of quick reaction time really to be able to handle a machine like this. And the fact that these guys are still so close to each other just goes to show the level of driving standard is here for all 10 of our competitors at the moment. Lau Woikit now, he sees the Vigneswaran has to serve that penalty, so this will be an opportunity for him to close the gap. Although he's still about 2 seconds behind though, so it's going to be taking a while before he's able to catch up. But in the meantime, Vigneswaran, he is trying to get as close to Chami as possible. Now he has to serve that penalty, but it only drops him down that little bit. Woikit now, within 1.5 seconds of Danish Vigneswaran, he is still on the chase for P2.
Yeah, one thing I can notice right now is that Taj Aiman is closing on this man in the front there, Victor. That is none other than Sony Gazoo. But Harishami now dropping to P2, and Sony Gazoo might be looking forward to get an opportunity over here to overtake this man in the front. Harishami needs to be careful as we're coming into turn 1, and this is the most technical part of this track as well, where the braking needs to be really good. And I remember I've been spinning out over here many times there, Victor, especially when I was racing back with my friends. But never mind, here we go on to it. Sony Gazoo still in P3, Harishami dropped to P2, and Danish Vigneswaran is in P1. But talking about the rest of it, the fuel management is something we really need to look forward as well.
The fuel management, the battery management as well, because this is a hybrid car. There's an extra battery pack back on board. They can provide a boost. But watch out for Taj Aiman. He's also catching up onto Woikit Lau at the moment here. 3/10 between him and third place right now. Taj Aiman is on the chase here while Lau Woikit continues to try to maneuver around Harishami right now, but still not able to find a gap to pass right through. There is Taj Aiman. We're riding on board with him right now. He's watching very intently onto Lau Woikit here. He knows that long he keeps it nice and clean, he will be guaranteed, but it seems like based on the way he's just catching up, he still wants to try to aim for the win.
Ya, kejar, jangan tak kejar. Itulah dikatakan oleh Taj Aiman sekarang yang kini berada di dalam P yang keempat. Sony Gazoo sudah pun diberikan amaran daripada belakang. Harishami sekarang ni jatuh ke dalam P ketiga pula. Dan Sony Gazoo terus masuk ke dalam P kedua. Dan kita menuju ke dalam the chicane sekarang ni. Dan kita tunggu dan lihat if there is going to be any sorts of other movements coming from Taj Aiman. Taj Aiman berada dalam garis kedua dan terus saja memintas the man who was in the front, struggling a little bit. Harishami falls into P4. Taj Aiman on podium position.
Go big or go home here. Taj Aiman is on the podium now, provisionally at a 7-minute mark. What an incredible climb it is for the man who leads the championship going into this race 3 of the grand finals. Now next on his side is definitely going to be Lau Woikit, but can he catch up though? Still 7/10 of a second to get up to him here. Two more seconds after him in order to get onto Danish Wigaswaran.
Yep, another 22 minutes left on our race so far. As we're coming into the last 10, and Harishami needs to be careful. He should not be dropping any more positions over here. Kai-chan fighting right next to him, and Kai-chan got himself in the front into P4 now as they're coming into turn number 1. And Kai-chan right now maintaining his speed there. Mio Hafiz right now lurking from the back. Harishami's won as well as they're coming into the ready lane and all the way to the uphill right now. This is going to be an absolute insane of a battle now. Harishami could be the man right now who will be superbly in trouble now. And Kai-chan coming in as well. And Mio Hafiz now putting on all the pressure right behind Harishami. What's going on at the back, the victor Mio? Can he do it? Will he do it? That is going to be another question. We do not have an answer, but we will find that out. But Kai-chan right now maintains his lead, and Mio Hafiz passes him and got into, no, he's still in P5 now. Kai-chan's holding on to there, Victor.
Yeah, Mio, nice move there, but
oh, no,
he loses control. Harishami gets his position back, but Hafiz at least is able to recover nice enough to still stay in P6. But oh boy,
no way.
He did such amazing move there on the Camel Straight, but unfortunately loses control just as he comes into Legumes. So now he's going to have to try to get in all the positions back here. But man, that is just a disaster right now. But nevertheless, still plenty of time to try to make things back.
Victor, we were just praising Mio Hafiz, man. We were just praising this man for his incredible performance so far in the race. And off he goes, and we just made a mistake and dropped down. But never mind, it is still another 20 more minutes to go in our race. Mio Hafiz right now sits in P6. And right in the front is going to be Harishami. But the race leader is still at Danish Wigaswaran on P1, maintaining his lead. And in P2, it's going to be Sony Gazoo. But if Sony Gazoo is able to finish in the podium position, Victor, that is going to be one highlight of his career so far.
Yeah, 1/3 of the race has been completed so far. And in this stage, it's now going to be about pit stop strategies here. Who is going to be the first one to go into the pits? I think the window might just be open right about now if they want to go for the 2-stopper. But then again, are there going to be some guys who take the risk on a 3-stop? Because so far, the meter times are only halfway done. 1 guy's gone in, 2 guys gone in, 3, 4, 5 people have gone in the pits now. Are anyone else going to be joining in? Mio Hafiz, yes, he's going in as well. Alvin Chaya here at the same time. Everyone is just lining up to go to pits. Only Salvi decides to stay out. So Salvi is going out for 1 extra lap. All other 9 drivers are going through right now. Salvi will be in the lead by the time he gets through La Source.
Yeah, all alone. There's Salvi right now coming into turn number 1, the La Source off the track. And I mean, this is a brave move for him. I wonder what's his strategy there, Victor. But one thing, the rest of the other packs are definitely going to put a challenge for this man as he goes into turn 2 and 3.
Yeah, I think Salvi was carrying a lot more fuel than everyone else. So that's why he decided he wanted to stay out, because there's still a little bit of life left in his medium tires. As we've seen in past races, you can even run all the way to the rim and still maintain at least some kind of pace here. So I think Salvi is just banking on the fact of that he's going to be able to stay out a little bit longer in order to try try to gain some sort of advantage. Nevertheless, Danish Wisnuaran is going to be coming out in P2 right now ahead of Lau Wikit. Taj Aiman is still in 4th place right now, and but crucially, he's still ahead of Chong Kai Chang, and that's going to be critical for the title.
And talking about the fastest man, inilah our real fastest man so far in our race. It is none other than Danish Wisnuaran, setting at 2 minute 02.351. But will that be anyone else that will be beating that time? We'll find that out. Now, Sony Gazoo needs to do something about this. David Taxi coming into P3 now, and Taj Aiman as well right behind him. You do not want to have Taj Aiman right behind you. We have seen many times, season in, season out, this man could be a huge trouble. And of course, they are all known of his potential actually.
Yeah, 1.7 seconds before he catches up to Lau Wikit, but that could be quite a tall order, especially when he just came out of the pits and still have a full tank of gas, just kind of weighing them down a little bit, kind of like a ballast, really, if you think about it. So Taj Aiman is going to have to be careful enough to not stress out these soft tires, because if he can extend this, stint as long as he can, perhaps he might be able to only take a pit stop very late on into this race here, and that will certainly set himself up to be able to keep track position even when everyone else has pitted. Nevertheless, Chong Kai Chang is still 3.8 seconds away from catching up to Taj Aiman, so it's still a long way to go before he can have any hope really of trying to challenge him for his position.
Alright, so kepada anda yang sedang lihat di dalam siaran langsung, ini adalah Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023 dan ini adalah race yang ketiga, Grand Finals, race yang akan menentukan siapakah yang akan jadi pemenang di dalam GT Cup kita. Dan sekarang kita on board bersama dengan Haris Syami yang kini berada di dalam P yang ke-6, dan Saufi walaupun beliau tidak melakukan pit stop tadi, tetapi beliau berada di dalam P yang pertama. And I'm not sure what is going to be what's going to be going on his mind when it comes to the pits, but the main man right now, it is going to be Haris Syami coming in P6, trying to fight to be in P5 now, Victor.
Yep, Harishami unfortunately had dropped quite a few positions in spite of the fact that he started on the front row, but he's looking to try to limit the amount of damage this has done so far and hopefully be able to get some good hollow points. Unfortunately for him though, Mio Hafiz is currently behind him by half a second. It looked like he's raring to try to make a pass onto him, so Shami is going to have to defend hard against one of the most talented drivers in the Gran Turismo sphere here in Malaysia.
Yep, so Mio Hafiz sudah pun berada di dalam P yang ke-7, mengejar di situ, dan kita berada di dalam litar yang agak hebat juga, dan ini dia Mio Hafiz ada peluang untuk memintas dan mendapatkan P ke-6 dan sudah pun mendapatkan P ke-6, dan Haris Syami sudah pun berada di dalam P yang ke-7, cuba mengejar balik, but Mio Hafiz mempunyai pengalaman yang agak tinggi dan juga teknikal yang sangat-sangat baik, dan kita menuju ke dalam Seleko yang ke-20 sekarang ni.
Yeah, so everyone is just trying to be very ginger on this. Oh, Dinesh Warren going for a challenge to the lead here. He's side by side with Southie all the way towards Blanchimont now, and this is a fast section of the track as well. Dinesh Warren jinxed it, and now he's taken the lead of the race here. So he's already done exactly what he needs to for the sake of the championship here. But with Taj Aiman currently in 4th place, I don't know if this is going to be enough points differential for him to even have a whiff of clinching the title.
I mean, imagine, Victor, imagine he gets into P1, and now Sony Gazoo going up against with Southie, and there you go, Sony Gazoo with insane speed got into P2 now, and right behind him Taj Aiman coming in as well. Southie needs to be careful because we know Taj Aiman has the pace as they're coming into turn number 2, 3, 4 and 5, the Redilian and also the Arauj, and this is one of the corners that actually had lots of incidents. I remember flying it all out in this corner there, but never mind. How about for Taj Aiman? Look at the speed that this man carries, and off he goes into the podium position, keeping himself in P3.
And so smooth as well. This is why Taj Aiman is the best when it comes to Gran Turismo. His inputs always very deliberate. His demeanor always so calm. He knows where he has his eye on the prize at all times here. Now he is on a podium possibly here at the halfway point of this race, and he's still not letting up. There's still Lau Wikit just in front of him by 1.3 seconds. There's still Dinesh Wisnuaran, who's currently holding the lead lap right now. Taj Aiman, he's a man on a mission here in order to try to make sure that this title is going to be his.
Ladies and gentlemen, another 15 more minutes left on our clock for our grand finals right now to decide who's going to be the winner. Now, the main man in the front, it is Danish Vigneswaran having a vacation in the front there. No one there to actually put on enough pressure. But then Sony Gazoo coming in at insane speed as well. But he's pretty much known at the back there big time. Very sure. Touch Aiman catching up as well. Selfie drops into P4. Kai Chang now still in P5. And Myung Office is in P6. I wonder what's happening on the back actually. It looks like a little bit of a battle coming on in the back. But we'll find that out once the camera pans over there.
Yeah, I wonder what's the deficit looking like here for Selfie, because it's only about 4 tenths, 3 tenths. No, it's only 2 tenths between lap 6 and lap 7 for him. But surprisingly, he's dropping very, very far down, and now is within the sights of Chong Kai Chang here, who sees him as he comes around the chicane here, will be able to brake quite late and catches up to his rear end. I think Selfie is going to have to dive in the pit. Yes, he will go into the pits right now. So Kai Chang will move up into 4th place. Muir Hafiz will move up into 5th place as well, just behind him by 1 second.
Yep, Selfie's in the pit right now, although he did not pit earlier on. But right now, it is all about their tire management and also the fuel consumption that needs to be managed properly as well. Mio Hafiz right now in P5, coming to turn number 1. So they're going to go on to the uphill right now. Mio Hafiz is why we are seeing right now Kai Chang is the target that is right in front of him. One small mistake from Kai Chang, and Mio Hafiz will definitely take the advantage. And let's see if that's going to be happening as we're coming into the next corner now. It's going to be corner number 7. And through the Camel Straight right now, Shami all the way at the back. We don't really need to focus on that man. This man is the one that we need to carry on. But here we go, man. Taj Aiman has already locked his next target there, Victor.
Yep, all true. Bruxelles now. He is within touching distance of Lao Wicked, 6 tenths of a second as we come through No Name Corner. Taj Aiman now chasing Lao Wicked True Puan here. He's looking for every last bit of performance he can squeeze out of his GR10. And the thing is, he still has a lot of battery power still left over here. It's not really making full use of it quite yet. Perhaps he's waiting until it gets past Campus Corner in order to try and maximize the top speed going through Blanchimont here. But one thing's for sure, the soft tire is the tire choice here for Taj Aiman. So how would that factor into the race as we come into the final minutes here? Because we still got, what is it, only like 12 minutes left in this race here, ladies and gentlemen. 12 minutes on to find out who will be our champion.
Yep, kalau kita lihat daripada sejarah, Taj Aiman sudah pun menjadi 2 kali pemenang di dalam tournament ini dan kemungkinan kali ketiga boleh menjadi miliknya. Dan all focus on this man, Taj Aiman, yang sekarang berada di dalam P yang ketiga. And it seems like Sony Gazoo has slowed a little bit on the exit, tetapi kita tunggu dan lihat bagaimana kita menuju ke dalam seleko yang pertama sekarang ini. Dan all focus berada di atas Taj Aiman. Off they go into the next turn. And on the back here, Haris Shami juga cuba untuk memberikan sedikit saingan kepada Kai Chang. Dan Kai Chang masih lagi pegang kepada posisi beliau, menafikan gerakan-gerakan datangnya daripada Haris Shami yang berada di dalam P yang ke-6 sekarang ini.
Yeah, Kai Chang now under attack here from Haris Shami. Taj Aiman trying to chase onto Lao Wicked. He's alongside already on the Camel Straight. He's already up to P2, ladies and gentlemen. Taj Aiman now on the charge. He started on the back of the grid. He's now in 2nd place here. Still about 11 minutes to go. Is he going to be going for the win overall?
He's definitely going to go for the win there, man. He's just waiting when Danish will slow it down a little bit in the front. And Danish now will be under pressure as we saw Taj Aiman climbing up right now. Slowly got himself into P2 as they come into the downhill now. And right behind there's going to be Sony Gazoo. Let's see if Sony Gazoo is able to take a little bit of a revenge over here and get back his position in the front. He was holding on P2 for quite some time. But Taj Aiman says, surprise, surprise, I'm back again. And now he's in P2. Now he's definitely going to be looking forward to find that weakness from Danish Vigneswaran, who is leading this race in P1 as we're coming into the next turn, 14 and 15 at this moment. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the race number 3 grand finals, the last race of our biggest event of the year so far. And it is all down to these races. Danish Vigneswaran in P1, P2 on Taj Aiman, P3 for Sony Gazoo.
2/3 of the race is done now. This is going to be the window for the 2nd pit stop here. As you can see, the fuel warning is already out here for Lao Wicked. It's definitely going to be out for Danish Vigneswaran as well. Is he going to be taking the pit stop or is he going to be staying out a little bit? Now they're coming up to the chicane, the final couple of corners there before the main straight. This is going to be where the pit entry is. Danish has gone in. So is Taj Ayman. So is Lau Wicked. Now it's going to be the final stint here for these top 3 drivers right now. Everyone else is going to be coming in as well, I think. Mio Hafiz also goes in the pits. Chong Kai Chan should be following ahead as well. And oh, look at that. Mio Hafiz almost running out of fuel there. Look at that. He left it until the last possible moment here. That is how he wants to try to get the advantage.
Ladies and gentlemen, 9 more minutes to go in our race. And it's going to be a long 9 minutes for these racers right now. Most of them already in the pits as they want to go all out in this 9 minutes. We're on board with Sophie right now. He's in P10. And I wonder if he's able to overtake them by the time they come out of the pits there, Victor.
I don't know, but the thing is that, you know, looking at the previous laps that he made, the 2:06 is actually like 5 seconds off of the pace compared to everyone else.
Wow.
So no matter what, like he's literally running on a huge deficit here, even if he's going to be taking a position, because remember, he still has one more pit stop to do, I think.
Yeah.
But then again, with the amount of fuel and the amount of tire life he still has, he went on the medium tires, interestingly enough. Maybe he is aiming for that one-stop strategy here, but who knows? There's still 8 more minutes here. Is there going to be enough fuel for him to make it to the end? He's taking a bit of a gamble here, but being on Palat a little bit slow, he's just making. He just needs to be able to keep a good delta. Maybe he might be able to be a factor towards the end, but who knows? We still have a long way to go.
Ya, so ni Gazoo sekarang ni cuba mengejar Taj Ayman yang kini berada di dalam P yang kedua ataupun posisi yang kedua. Taj Ayman aimnya adalah untuk menjadi the winner di dalam race ini, untuk berada di dalam tempat yang pertama. Tetapi Sony Gazoo dan juga para penumpang yang lain memberikan cabaran yang agak tinggi because they all know what this man can do. But Taj Ayman is quite special. Kita dah dengar ada kata-kata daripada Alex yang mengatakan he has already taken his driving to a next level. And right now Sony Gazoo is still doing his very best to put a pressure on Taj Ayman. But Taj Ayman looks pretty much untouched at this moment, Victor. Kalau kita lihat di dalam musim lepas, especially bila Taj Ayman berada di hadapan, it is pretty hard to touch him unless you're coming from the back. That could give a 50-50 chance. But we have another 7 more minutes to go.
Yeah, Danny is still very far ahead here in the lead right now. But as you can see from the relative pace between him and Lau Wicked, he's actually getting faster and faster and pulling away from Lau Wicked's car. So I think like maybe he's going to try to get within touching distance. I don't know whether the differential is going to be enough for him to perhaps make a pass on to Danish Wicked's Warren. But what an incredible pass it would be if he does make it, though. Nevertheless, here Chong Kai Chan is still languishing in 7th place right now, just behind Wayne Go. He is within 7/10 of a second here. Perhaps he could try to challenge for 6th place here if he can get close enough. And he seems to be quite tantalizingly close through the chicane here, so that might still be on the cards.
Yeah, so there you go. That's the entire look on Kai Chang, who's in P7. We have a lot to talk about this man. Very impressive in race 1 and race 2. But race 3 looks a little bit out over here. And let's see if he's able to climb into the top 3 position or maybe at least top 5. We have another 6 more minutes to go in our race. Taj Ayman still leading on P2 right now, podium position of course, and P1, Danish Wicked's-Warren looks way ahead in the front. That's what Victor said. So just waiting for this man to slow a little bit down there, Victor, or he picks up a penalty. Then that will definitely give an advantage for the man in the back, Taj Ayman.
Still 3.5 seconds though. But again, more than 5 minutes still remain in the end of this race here. So we are literally going into the final 5 minutes here, ladies and gentlemen. 5 minutes to figure out who will be the grand champion here in this grand finals. Wayne Go has been one of the most stellar performers in yesterday's semifinals, but today he is stuck behind Harishami for now, but looking to try to chase him for P5. He's got to watch out for Chong Kai Chang, who's also coming in very hot behind him, but still no dice yet. They are still just trying to hold on to the track position, still trying to make sure they have enough to make it to the end here. But the thing is that with the way things are going right now, with Taj Ayman looking like he may be going on for a 2nd place finish here, perhaps that might be enough.
Yep, coming into turn 14 here is Wayne Go, who is in P6 right now, and right in the front there's going to be Harishami. And looks like it's been a decent performance by Wayne Go so far. Yesterday on the semi-finals was absolutely impressive, and right now on the grand final looks a little bit pressured, but we know what this man can do as well. He was absolutely surprising as well, but it is all down to the top guns in the front right now, putting on a show for us as we have another 5 more minutes to go in this race.
Yeah, Danish Wickeswaran still in the lead here. Harishami, Wingo, and Kai Chang are currently 5th, 6th, and 7th respectively, and they are battling it out in a three-way right now for positions in this championship here. Because again, even though they may be a little bit out of it when it comes to the overall champion, there's still money to be had here if they can just gain some extra points in this 30-minute race. Now we're approaching the final 4 minutes here. All the strategy calls, all the decisions they have made in the last half hour here is now all going to come to bear. Go is catching up to Harishami right now. He has a slipstream here. Can he get him on a camel straight? He jinks to the right. He already completes the move there. Look at how fast he is compared to Harishami. Wingo moves up to 5th place, or will he though? Harishami tries to fight back going into entry, but no dice. It looks like Wingo successfully holds him up and secures his 5th position.
I told you this man is full of surprise, man. Off he goes into P5 right now, and the chase is on for Harishami right now. Is in P6. Kai Chang trying to close him down from the back, and he's on P7 right now, just waiting for something to happen between these two, but nothing is happening so far. These two are just rocking it all out, and they're coming into turn number 12, the pull on, and now we'll find out what is going to be happening for the rest of the other races. Still race lead over there. It's going to be Danish Wickeswaran leading this race in P1. Taj Ayman looks a little bit untouchable in P2 at this moment. Sony Gazoo still holding on to his P3 podium position as well, but Harishami right now, we're all focused on this man who just lost his position to Wayne Go there, Victor, and we have 3 more minutes to go in our grand finals to find out who is going to be the champion.
Yeah, this is looking like I'm just watching the fuel meters of every single driver here to see whether they have enough. But you can also see that a lot of these drivers are using up the battery quite a bit here in order to try to make up lanes, especially in this battle going on, this three-way battle for P5 here. Wingo, of course, being in front of Harishami right now, he's going to be giving the slipstream to Haris, and Haris, if he plays it smart, he may be able to get an advantage there. But it looks like Haris actually took a very wide line through the entry into chicane there, and it doesn't look like he's in a good shape there, because it seems like Kai Chang is going to be all over him by the time we get the last source. In fact, he's going to cut around the outside of Harishami now, forcing him to go side by side through the source here. It's going to be a drag race down into Eau Rouge now. Kai Chang's going to tuck him behind, trying to get a slipstream off of him. He's going in a single file line into the racing line here. Through Eau Rouge, now up to Radion here. He's still on the tail of Harishami now. He's trying to get the slipstream, but he seems to have lost out a little bit of time. Now that he's already on the camel straight here, he's still losing out that speed here. He's not going to be able to catch up to Haris, I think, by the time they get to the end.
Well, Kai Chang had his chance there, Victor, but Harishami looks like the man who stands out in that battle, and he keeps himself in P6. So let's see what else that Kai Chang could do as we come into the next few turns. And off we go into the Puhon now. And we can still have a look. Maybe there's another chance will come down from here, especially this downhill there, Victor. And this is the position where they can actually get the huge speed now. But it is all down to their braking points and also how they manage really, really well onto the next turn that comes up very, very shortly. Danish Wickeswaran still leading this race. Looks very much untouchable as we have 1 minute to go in our race so far.
Kai Chang doing his level best right now to keep up, and Harishami 6th place is potentially going to be able to keep him in that 2nd spot when it comes to the championship later on, but maybe especially with Mio already being several places up, maybe there might be a huge turnaround when it comes to the overall situation here. It is Wickeswaran. He's going to be coming around here. There's still 30 seconds left on the clock here, and I think he's going to be able to come past before that timer finishes up. So potentially it might be one more lap here for Danish Wickeswaran. I think Taj Ayman also coming in behind here. He is also probably going to be starting the final lap as well, but potentially other drivers behind who will maybe not be able to make it to the line before the 30-minute mark. That is going to finish the race for them automatically, but I already see 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers already through before we hit that 30-minute mark, so these guys will still have to go at full race pace here before they can complete this grand final race.
I mean, man of his words, the Danish Wickeswaran keeping himself all clear in the front there, Victor. Remember when we were interviewing him earlier on, he said he doesn't want to take the risk when it comes to semi-finals. He wants to go all out on the grand finals, and right now he's just proving us all wrong. Taj Ayman looks like way behind him with 6 seconds all the way at the back, and that is going to be putting this man in P2. But on points-wise, it is going to be very, very fun to later to actually calculate on and find out out who's going to be the winner. But right now, this man in the front, Kai Chang,
Kai
this is going to be a
Chang.
huge battle. Haris Shami and Kai Chang are not giving up anytime soon. And Haris Shami right now is in P5. And let's see if that's going to be Kai Chang making any sorts of... Oh, no!
Whoa.
What happened over there? He lost control. And Haris Shami capitalized on that and ran in front all the way. But Kai Chang right now lost his opportunity over there. But let's see if there's going to be any more battles coming from Kai Chang and also Haris Shami. But this is Danis Vigneswaran as he goes into turn number 16. Nobody looks like touching him at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023, and it is the grand finals. This is race number 3, and we went from semi-finals. We were also broadcasting the quarter-finals, and right now we are down here for the main event, race number 3, to decide everything, to find out who's going to be the winner, to find out who's going to be the champion, as Danis Vigneswaran comes around the last lap over here, the last turn over here, and Danis Vigneswaran, the man of his words, wins the race in our race number 3.
And Taj Aiman comes across the line. He sees a checker flag. Second place goes to Taj Aiman. That might be enough to get him the title here. He might just be the 3 time.
He's definitely doing it there, Victor. We know through the points. That is why I want to keep it a surprise, but that is no surprise at this moment. Looking at how the points, Ivan is just dominating this race. Sony Gazoo finally on podium position in P3 and P4 for Mio Muhammad Hafiz, and P5 is going to go for Haris Shami. P6 for Chong Kai Chan. Wayne Goh taking a very slow turn all around the corner now. I believe his tank is empty, man.
Yep, his tank is empty. He's completely
running
out of
on batteries,
fuel,
eh?
so a bit unfortunate for him, but nevertheless, we'll still finish in 7th place here. Wow. Wow, indeed here, ladies and gentlemen. Taj Aiman, 2nd place here in race number 3 by my calculations.
So does that mean did he clinch the title for the 3rd time?
My math says yes.
Your math says yes. We wait for the official results over there.
Yep.
Alex Chung will be making all of the calculations. The race directors will be involved, and we will definitely announce who is the winner for our Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023.
Wow, I'm feeling so relieved right now, you know, seeing how things went through. This is a very tough race here, no kidding at all.
Nah, I'm shaking, brother.
The thing is that there's so few opportunities
Yeah.
to pass, right? And if you lose that opportunity, one whole lap takes 2 minutes, you know, to come around. So, you know, you absolutely need to keep pushing all throughout those 2 minutes there. But push they did. Danis Vigneswaran catches a consolation victory here in race number 3. But the man of the hour, the man of the day, Taj Aiman, finishes on the podium in P2. And by my calculations, that should be enough for him to clinch the title in 2023.
What a historic moment for this man. And Taj Aiman from race 1, race 2, and race 3. Seems like he has upgraded himself every season, Victor. Of course, we did not have Iqbal Suji this time in our race, who was our former champion. And it seems like we will have another familiar name on the title again this season. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. We're just done with our grand finals, and this is the provisional results based on our mathematics, our maths, our chemistry. It seems like Taj Aiman potentially the winner.
Yeah. Wow. This is like, I can scarcely believe it. Like, we've finally got it here, ladies and gentlemen. This has been how many years have we been doing this GT Cup now? I mean, like, what, 3-4 years now? And it's incredible to see that the skill level has just been increasing every passing year here. One really wonders where it will go in the future here, especially with the Gran Turismo scene continuing to grow and grow as more events like these tend to happen.
Of course. I mean, many years. It has been absolutely exploding there, Victor. Every season, it's been coming all the way to the top. I mean, the talents that we develop in our Toyota Gazoo Racing has been immense so far. And looking at these talents, we saw very huge familiar names going all the way out. Taj Aiman, Iqbal Suji, all these amazing racers, Mio Hafiz, they're all coming season in, season out, putting on top performance. And this is what makes you a professional e-racing driver.
Yeah, and I think equally as impressive as well for me is the fact that in spite of like multiple years of very intense competition, a lot of the guys here are literally best friends with each other. You know, they talk all the time, you know, just like Alex and
Sportsmanship,
Shay
yeah.
says, like they actually share a lot of information with each other, and they themselves motivate each other to push themselves even more further into in terms of their skill level. That's why we've always been seeing this improvement year after year. Is literally the top like Gran Turismo racers all get together once a year and share like what they knew and what new stuff they have found. And this kind of camaraderie is really what I love the most about the sim racing community here, is that we, in spite of the fact that we are spread out all over the country, there's always opportunities like this in order for all of us to gather in one place and share our passion for Gran Turismo.
Absolutely. So talking about passion, we have another passionate man on the stage who will be giving you more details about what's happened and a lot more to talk further. So Nas, the main man in the front, take it away, man.
Thank you to the main man at the back. Well, we talk about passion, man. Although I do have passion, but it does not come close to our grand finalists right here. What a race 3, that's for sure. Although everybody was sure Taj Aiman was going to walk away with this championship, but still does not take away from the fact that these guys give their very best. And so we have Danish Vignesh over here, winner of race 3. Congratulations, man. Well done. But somehow just not good enough to pip the championship. And so let's have a review of race 1, race 2 and race 3. You did good for race 1, coming in 2nd place, but it was race 2 that you came in 6th place. Now looking back at your performance in race 3, coming in the 1st place, was there any regrets during that 2nd race? What was the big kicker that made you come in 6th place?
The big regret I had was not pitting a lap later, because I miscalculated the fuel. I got too nervous because I was about to stay on the 6th lap, and then I saw, okay, should I pit? And then I pitted out of nervousness, you know, because I thought I was under on the fuel. And then I realized after the race, I could have actually stayed out, you know. So that's my big regret after all.
So you reckon if you didn't make that pit stop, or you made it 1 lap later, you could have come up with a better timing for race 2?
Yeah, I fully agree with you. I could have actually, that was actually a win, and I bottled it.
Oh man! So it was so close for giving Taj Aiman a run for his money. And now looking back after all 3 races, we hope that you'll come back next year a stronger contender. But at the same time, you are in the running, of course, to represent Team Malaysia in GT Cup Asia. How does that feel?
Feels amazing. I worked really hard the past week. You know, coming back from Amsterdam after the World Tour, I had no practice for like 2 weeks. So this whole week I was scrambling to practice for this. Every day, like 12 hours I was practicing for this. And I guess the hard work pays off.
It does indeed. And I've always wondered, racers like you guys, right? What's your motivation over here? I understand you got family members here.
Yes, they're just behind me.
Oh, all right. Let's say hello to family members of Danish Vignesh. See, is the support that keeps you going, that's for sure. Thanks for your support, and thanks for your support as well, ladies and gentlemen. Danish Vignesh, race winner, race 3 here at this grand finals. Well done. All right, now let's move forward to our next contender. Of course, looking at raut wajah dia, tak begitu happy. Kita nak ke sini dulu. Mio Muhammad Hafiz, antara kontender kita yang kita jangkakan. Kalaulah Taj Aiman tiba-tiba kecundang, dapat tempat ke-6 atau ke bawah, anda mungkin berpeluang untuk mendahului. Jadi, kalau kita fikir balik, apa rasa-rasa yang anda mampu ubah? Kalaulah kita dapat travel back in time, what would you change?
Sebelum tu, Assalamualaikum semua.
Yeah!
Apa khabar? Salam sejahtera.
Salam Malaysia Madani.
Apa salam tadi?
Ya Allah. Would you do something different? Race 1, race 2 dan race 3. Anda rasa apa kelemahan anda kali ini?
Kelemahan saya adalah datang dari diri saya sendiri dan saya reda dengan keputusan ni. Kita kena reda, kita kena bersyukur apa yang kita dapat. So kita reda je lah.
Kita reda je lah?
Ya, betul.
Okey, setakat ini dah 2 tahun berturut-turut dikalahkan oleh Taj Aiman. Jadi tahun lepan macam mana? Apa strategi yang bakal diatur?
buat yang lebih baik lah, insyaAllah. Kalau ada rezeki ke final lagi, this is not, top 4 ni, this is not my best position.
Saya setuju. It's not your best. So do you consider this particular finals you can do a lot better?
InsyaAllah, kalau ada rezeki, minggu depan, sorry, tahun depan kita cuba lagi.
Allah, dia punya patah hati dia nak cakap minggu depan, tahun depan pun dia dah confused. Tapi yang saya tahu, anda adalah contender, one of the biggest contenders here in GT Cup. Ya, ada lagi.
Terima kasih kepada Encik Nas kerana 2 hari berturut-turut ni berusaha sebagai host yang baik, yang bersemangat sekali. Kita beri tepukan kepada Encik Nas.
Lebih 20 tahun saya buat kerja ni sebagai reporter. Pertama kali orang cakap terima kasih kat saya sebagai responden. Terima kasih banyak-banyak. Mia Muhammad Hafiz, everybody. Strong contender. And now our ultimate contender. And also, finally, his 3rd championship under his belt. Ladies and gentlemen, Taj Izrin Aiman. Okey, selepas 3 perlumbaan, Taj Aiman muka dia macam tak happy. Saya pun tak tahu kenapa. Kenapa ya muka awak ketat je ni? Silakan.
Sebenarnya rasa relief lah setelah saya praktis. Kita sebenarnya dah 3 minggu atau 2 minggu kita praktis after back from world stage Amsterdam. And yalah, rasa relief lah. So rasa lepas ni boleh ni lah, rehat sikit lah and keep practicing lah on the next one.
Keep practicing for the next one. So maknanya anda akan atau bakal mewakili Malaysia, tim Malaysia ya untuk GT Cup Asia dan insyaAllah ke World Series. Jadi ekspektasi anda untuk GT Cup Asia nanti?
Macam sekarang ni kita line up macam Danesh and saya tak tahulah yang seterusnya ketiga ni harap kita boleh macam cooperate to to win our the second time Malaysia Malaysia team. InsyaAllah lah, kita will try our best lah.
Harumkan nama negara dan make us all happy here, your supporters back home ya. Last but not least, what will you do with 25,000 ringgit, the highest prize pot so far brought to you by Toyota? Silakan.
Saya rasa untuk sekarang saya maybe simpan diri sendiri dulu. Simpan diri sendiri dulu lah.
Tipu?
Ya.
Tak nak beli iPhone ke apa ke?
Memang tak lah sekarang.
Langsung?
Sekarang memang guna iPhone, tapi tak fikir tu untuk diri sendiri, untuk masa depan lah. Gitu.
Untuk masa depan, boleh saya tanya soalan personal tak? Sudahkah Taj Aiman berpunya? Belum. Tengok dia malu-malu macam tu. Tak apa, kalau simpan pun, simpan tu hari tua, simpan tu jodohnya nanti insyaAllah. Taj Izrin Aiman, insyaAllah, our champion for 2023, ladies and gentlemen. Buat masa ini, let's take a look at the race highlights of race 3. What went right, what went wrong, over to you, Victor and Matthews.
Alright, saudara dan puan, terima kasih dan thank you so much Nas. And this is the race 3 highlights. Victor, lots of things happened in this race. And of course, it started
right
off with this way. Talk us through a little bit detail on what happened over here.
Looks
Look
like
at that.
Yeah, a bit of contact on the side there, and it caused one person to sitting around. I think it was Albin Chai who unfortunately caught the worst of it. And a lot of drivers received penalties because of that, those collisions there. So that ended up also affecting a lot of track positions. But nevertheless, the drivers, they were quite clean, particularly Lau Wei Kit and Danish, because Warman were able to fight their way to the front and pass the man who started on pole on the front of the grid here, which was Harish Shami. Then later on, we saw a little bit of a protracted battle here for 4th, 5th, and 6th here as Wayne Go, Harish Shami, and later on Chong Kai Chang were coming in here to try to jostle for positions and to get some additional points. But for the most part, this has been a very difficult track, a very difficult race for everyone involved here, no less due to the extreme sort of speeds requiring extreme focus and concentration for all these drivers, but also the lack of opportunities to make good overtakes there because of the nature of the Spa-Francorchamps track. Kai Chang as well, you know, he struggled really hard to get up in front there. He was at one point still alongside Touch Aiman. It was looking as going to be a shootout between the two of them. Nevertheless, while Touch Aiman was able to make up places, Kai Chang was still stuck around 5th place. But Danish Wicketswaran, in spite of everything though, he still managed to come through to not only take the win on this race, but also the fastest lap. So a bit of consolation for him as a result.
So ladies and gentlemen, that is a talk through the highlights of what happened in our final race earlier on. And this is the race results on P1. It is Danish Wicketswaran with 25 points. P2 will be for Taj Isrin Aiman, as what our Victor over here said. Through his mathematics, this is possibly he is the winner, and Nas has already give a sneak peek of who is going to be the winner as well, if we already put on the maths as well. And on P3, it is none other than Sony Gazoo. P4 for Mio Mohammad Hafiz. P5, it is Haris Shami, and he will be carrying 12 points. And for P6, we see Chong Kai Chang with 8 points. Wayne Go on P7 with 6 points. P8, Chao Jin Ye on 4 points. Akil Salfi on P9 with 2 points. And lastly, Alvin Chai on 10th position with only 1 point. So Victor, do you think the math adds up over here?
Well, I mean, again, I'll have to defer to our race director, Alex Yun, to make sure that everything is all tabulated properly. But again, I had done a bit of maths during the break there, and by my estimation, Taj Aiman has done way more than enough that he needs to in order to take the title this time around. Again, like what separated him and Chong Kai Chang was literally only 16 points.
Only 16
and,
points,
yeah. By virtue of like Chong Kai Chang not being able to get higher than 7th, like Taj Aiman was way in front of him all throughout. So I think at the end of the day, like Taj Aiman has literally dominated this competition here. It certainly would have been nice if you got to win instead, you know, for the 3rd one to make it a hat trick. But then again, you can't have everything now, do you?
Of course, we kind of miss Iqbal Suji as well, who's not here to actually defend his title, but he will definitely come back on the next season as well. Especially, you know, all right, Taj Aiman is back on the title again, and he's definitely going to, you know, put on to it. But one thing for sure is it is the end of race 3. Anything else that, Victor, you want to say on our race 3 today?
Well, I mean, again, for our competitors here, like, it's such a fantastic racing we've seen. You know, I'm still, like, mind blown by a lot of the action we even saw yesterday and the day before, because all these guys, you know, were literally pushing themselves to the maximum in order to bring us a good show. And what a show it has been for this weekend here. And, you know, to cap things off by having Taj Aiman pick up 3 titles in a row, that's a huge record here, and likely one that's going to be very difficult to beat even with new blood coming into this competition. So one really wonders what the future really holds here for the GT Cup Malaysia 2023.
Absolutely. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our race number 3 in our Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. So right now, we'll be going for the next part of our show, and Nas will be talking us through on what's going to happen. So Nas, it's yours, man.
Thank you for your insights, Victor and Matthews. I tell you, the math that you guys were doing just to find out who could have a chance to beat Taj Isrin Aiman. Well, I remember speaking to you guys and saying, forget the math, let's just enjoy the race. And in the end, whoever wins will win, and they will deserve it as well. So congratulations once again to Taj Isrin Aiman, running a great race across 3 races. And now, as we tabulate the scores and we get ready for the prize-giving ceremony, we are inviting media practitioners who have supported Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023 right here. Of course, in support of grassroots motorsports, and we've invited them here to have a feel of sim racing. And so, let's invite our contenders from the media. First and foremost, let's invite Encik Amirul Hazmi from Edgear TV. Silakan Encik Amirul Hazmi. He's a bit nervous, first time in the spotlight. Please proceed to your station. Silakan. Seterusnya menjemput Adrian Chia Yao Yit from Walker. Our reporter from Walker is ready to burn some virtual rubber. Please proceed. Please proceed to your machine. Next up, we have Mr. Woon Woo Chi from Autobus. Buzzing with excitement, I see, Mr. Woon. Excellent. Over to your machine. Next, we invite Afifi Hafiz Muhammad Noor dari Cosmo. Good luck Abang Cosmo. Best of luck. Seterusnya menjemput Eng Lik Shen from Ki Automai. He looks like a contender. Say hi to the camera and off to your machine. Next up, let's invite Muhammad Nur Zaim bin Zainal from exhaust.com. Selamat Encik Muhammad. Dipersilakan ke mesin anda. Next up, we have Mr. Yap Kang Fu from Foot Throttle. Let's go. Mr. Yap, best of luck to you as well. Next, our contender is Eriwan Norshal from Motocar Media. Oh, ada sokongan di sana from Motocar Media. Silakan, off to your station. Next, we have Tariq Azmi from Charicast.com. Tariq has been an enthusiast for a long time. Let's see how you do on track. Wow. Last but not least, let's invite Muhammad Hanif bin Suib from Kareta. Apa khabar bang? Best of luck to your machine. And that makes up our 10 drivers from the media. Start your virtual engines. It's time to go racing. Victor Cax, Matthews Isaacs, you still got a job to do, so it's over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Nas. So I think we'll be going into our race format. And talking about race format, it's going to be 5 minutes qualifying, 15 minutes sprint race. And of course, it is the exhibition race for the medias. And yeah. And later we'll be going into the track setup for sure.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting race as well. Like, it's also going to be a 15-minute long sprint race with a 5-minute qualifying session in front. But the weather condition, according to information here, is going to be a wet sunset. So this is going to be a very fun race here for our media media representatives to experience here today. And hopefully they're going to be having some fun indeed on the main stage here. So it's great to see a lot of these guys coming back again to support us this year, and it's always a pleasure to give them a chance to go ahead and have a taste of what it's like to drive in Gran Turismo here virtually on these tracks. But nevertheless, with this being a 15-minute long sprint race, just like with the Celebrities race, it's going to be a very fun and hopefully a nice and exciting affair.
Absolutely. So that is the race format. Let's have a look on our track setup as well. That will be coming up very, very shortly on our screens. And there you go. It's going to be Kyoto Driving Park, and it is Yamagiwa. I mean, we have raced here before, Victor, and it is another amazing track as well, all the way in Japan. But it's a virtual track, is it?
Yeah, it's a fantasy track, really, but also, based in the locale of Japan. It's, looking at it, it has a silhouette similar to Tsukuba, but it's way, way bigger at 4.9 kilometers and having 15 turns. It does have very nice flowy sections there, particularly the sequence of corners after the first turn, like turns 2, 3, 4, and 5 are some of the most amazing lines to drive in Gran Turismo, and certainly one that I hope our media representatives will be enjoying to the fullest later in their 15-minute sprint race.
Yep, so that is the track setup, and let's look onto the machine that we will be using for now in this race. And it is none other than Toyota SFR, and it's the racing concept 16 there, Victor. Anything else you want to add on this car there?
The SFR is a really interesting car in Toyota's lineup because it has similarities to a very nice a compact convertible sports car. And the racing concept also, just like they did with the GR Supra, they also reimagined this car as what it would be like taking this car out to a GT competition. So it brings out 349 brake horsepower right off of the gate, and that's for a car that only weighs 1.150 kilograms. That's an incredibly fast machine that these media representatives will have to drive with. So this is going to be an interesting race, and certainly going to be a very fun one.
Absolutely, and I believe this is definitely enough for the media race as well. But yeah, of course, it packs with 349 horsepower. And we are back again on the cameras, man. And Victor, media race, and I'm all pumped up as well. But yeah, it is still racing, brother.
It's still racing at the end of the day. But we just we are still just kind of living in that afterglow, isn't it, of what of an amazing grand finals weekend here. So I mean, to celebrate right now, you know, we celebrate with the very people that also help support these kind of events and make sure you know, that it gets out to the widest amount of people here. But nevertheless, you know, I'm just going to be kicking back a little bit. You know, like this is going to be not a stressful affair at all.
Of course, it's going to be a fun one, of course.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun race. You know, and that's what Gran Turismo at the end of the day is all about. You know, it's bringing that experience of driving, you know, to the masses here. And even if you can be like a professional driver and still enjoy the race, you can be even a casual, you know, who's never driven before and still have an enjoyable time in this game. And that's what it's all about here. So kudos to Polyfidelity Digital. Like they literally made one of the most amazing video game franchises ever in the world.
Yep, absolutely. So the development has been absolutely strong, and we're coming stronger every single year. And of course, with the main men who are from media and also from the directors, all the way from the back, they're all hooking. They're just putting on a really, really good workout there, Victor. And here we go for the exhibition race. This is the media, and all the way from P1 all the way to P10. I'm going to read it out. It's going to be Mohammed Hanif, and he's going to come from Karate. And down there we have Tariq from Carry Cars, isn't it? Yeah, Cari Cars. Cari Cars. My goodness.
My goodness.
Terlatih dah saya punya Melayu ni. Okay, so there we go. We have everyone as well from Motorcar Media, and Yap Kung Fu from Full Throttle. And down there we have Muhammad Nur Saim bin Zainal from Exos.my. And how about from the 6 all the way to the 10 there, Victor?
Yeah, Lik Zen is going to be representing KeyAuto.my. Cosmo has sent over Afifi Hafiz Muhammad Noor to represent themselves. Autobuzz MY also brings Woon Woo Ji in order to try to drive for them. Adrian Cha Yao Yit is going to be driving for Wapcar. And Amirul Hasmi will be representing N-Gear TV in this media race.
Yep, so ladies and gentlemen, this is our media race, and it's going to be an exhibition. It's going to be a fun race, of course, as we're done with our main event of the day, race number 3, and we will definitely announce to you who is actually the champion of our Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023.
Yeah, we'll be waiting for that result to come up, but I'm expecting, especially given that it's the last race, there's definitely going to be a lot of calculations because, you know, while Taj Aiman seems to be very securely on that title here, but there's plenty of other drivers who are very close in terms of points, and I think that given how the order got really jumbled up because of the incident in the first corner, literally on the first lap, I think there's going to be a huge shift around there. I mean, Lao Wei Kit, you know, coming into this competition here, he was what, 5th place in total when it came to the championship overall standings, but then he ended up finishing in 3rd. So there's a lot of points there that potentially he might move up 1 place, 2 place in the championship. So a lot of things going to be topsy-turvy by the time it comes around. So I can understand why they're going to be taking a little bit of time to make sure
give that to the race director to decide that, Victor.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and like make sure that all the points are tabulated properly, and then have a really confident sort of determination on who exactly ends up in what place.
Yep, so there you go. We will be definitely calculating all of our points and announce who is going to be the winner. But right now, I believe the exhibition race is ready. We will be going to Kyoto Driving Park very, very soon. And what is absolutely special about this track there, Victor?
It's a beautiful track, just like any other, just like most of the fantasy tracks in Gran Turismo. They are very expertly crafted by Polyfidelity Digital to not only give a nice, beautiful scenery to look at while you're driving, but also challenge you with an interesting combination of different types of track elements. And what I love the most about the Gran Turismo's fantasy tracks is that they have plenty of elevation changes, they have plenty of interesting and technical corners, and provides not only a fun challenge, but also a very enjoyable driving experience here for anyone who happens behind the wheel. Now, we're going to be jumping into qualifying now. 5 minutes for these media representatives to go ahead and set their fastest time here to determine where they're going to be coming up. Right now, we have Kam Fu, who is currently sitting up on the in front, leading everyone going down on this lap here. Again, this is going to be a nice little drive here, I think, and hopefully to be able to bring us some good laps.
Yeah, so there you go. We are having a look on Kung Fu right now, and I wonder what is his name that fully gets. It's going to be Yap Kung Fu, all the way from Full Throttle. And he is right now having a round on the track. It is Kyoto Driving Park, getting the feel of this track before he goes ultimately all in out later on. I think this is the moment where you can actually make mistakes and also know where your strengths and weaknesses are, because every corner is absolutely challenging. It's what Victor says, this track is crafted so well, and it's definitely for drivers that really looks for the technicality of it. And here we go for another racer as well, and that is going to be Wu Chi from all the way from Autobus MY.
Yeah. Going to try to team himself ahead of Adrian Chia from Wapcar right now, but it looks like everyone is going to be leading the pack right now. We're seeing him come around the final corner here, so we're going to be seeing some times up on our board here imminently. Now Wu Chi is also coming through into the final corner here. Yamigawa has 15 corners in total, and it does make for a rather challenging track to drive on, even in the best of times. But given this sunset quality here, it just adds so much atmosphere, really, to the track right now. So it looks like they are going to be starting their flying lap here, ladies and gentlemen. Torik is going to be leading in front. Second on the track here is going to be everyone. Right now, he represents Motor Car Media and is currently looking pretty nice through this first section here. Again, this is the windy section, which I feel is like one of the best places trying to turn around. Oh, speaking of turnarounds there, Torik unfortunately spun around and ends up in the wall, so everyone will just soldier on here, looking like a much cleaner lap at least for him.
All right, so we have another 3 more minutes left in our qualifying session, and once this is over, we will be going into our 15-minute sprint race, and that is everyone. And everyone is definitely from Motor Car Media, and this man right now just going through the corners now. And right behind him, it is going to be Adrian. And Adrian is definitely from Wapcar as well. Adrian Chia. And that's his full name. And let's see where he finishes in this race.
Yeah. 3 minutes now in this qualifying session here. I think a lap on Kamigawa, even in this car, is going to take quite a while, though. So be a while before we'll be able to see some times on the board. So nevertheless, we're already seeing everyone enter into the final section here. So 118 so far. It comes around this part here. He's going to have to brake a little bit hard to take this left-hand bender. And once he does so, he just needs to aim for the left-hand side here on what looks like 150R, the name of this corner here. So turns around and then rounds up to the end here. Now he enters onto the main straight. The finish line is ahead there. Once he's going to be coming across there, let's see what his time is going to be. Shifting up to 5th now.
Can he do it? Yeah.
Yep. Coming through.
Oh, he's the fastest now, Victor. Wow.
Fastest so far, but again, a lot of other guys are following behind him. So 151 is the benchmark to make up right now. Adrian Chia sets a time of 152. Not enough to dethrone everyone at the moment. Another car, a couple of cars will be coming through as well. What is going to be their time? Amiro sets a time of 151.6. That's going to be shooting him straight up onto the top of the board right now. And Wu Chi also comes through to make a 4th place time here. Looks like Torik will be able to set a time, but it's only good enough for 5th place right now. He's going to have to continue to try to soldier on there. Wu Chi and Nur Zam is going to be able to set a time that's good enough for 4th place right now. So Amirul is currently holding that provisional pole, and with the 5 minute already coming up here, that last this current lap that he's on right now is the last chance for him to try to improve on it, or perhaps for all the other drivers here to try to challenge his time here. But 151.671 is the benchmark.
Yes, Amirul has set a really, really good timing so far in the front. And Amirul Hasmi from Angir TV. And this man is going to be another one to watch out in our race. I think 5 minutes is pretty much done, as they'll be slowing down very soon. There you go, this man, Amirul, right now is in the front with the fastest lap timing. So he will be in grid start number 1.
Still yet to finish off this lap here, and that will be the end. You can see on the mini map as well, there's an indicator shows the wind direction going down. Well, I think that's about southwestwards at 2.5 meters per second, and that's going to be significant for the drivers coming up into the main straight, because that's going to be directly against the direction of the wind, and it's likely going to be slowing down a little bit. It also, especially on a car that has aerodynamics like this with a big spoiler in the back, sometimes this wind is going to affects the driver's ability to handle some of these corners here, because you're going to have to take it a little bit differently than otherwise it would normally would under ideal conditions. So yeah, I mean, that's the good thing about Gran Turismo, is that they have detail when it comes to all these little sort of things that genuinely do
So
affect,
realistic, you mean, right?
genuinely do affect like real life racing here, and that's why we call these a simulation, because it simulates what it's like to really be on track.
I mean, talking about simulation, we know the story of Nake Paslan as well, who started on a simulator and off he went to the actual track. So that is an inspiration for all the other racers or any motorsport enthusiast out there who wants to make it out. It doesn't necessarily need to have an actual professional car. Let's bring back what Alex said. I think racing is affordable now, and all you need to do is grab yourselves, get the right person in, and get involved in the in simulation racing, and definitely you can grow your career from that.
Yeah, I mean, like, granted, you know, the pandemic has slowed things down, but for motorsports in particular, it's been quite the boom when it comes to virtual motorsports. At the same time, a lot of new go-kart tracks have opened up around Selangor, so I'm increasingly hearing about my friends or colleagues really going out there and doing go-karting sessions for themselves. It's becoming more and more a fun activity to do on the side there, even though the intensity of racing is still kind of there. But a lot of people are starting to discover the fun of like motorsports here in Malaysia.
I think the next exhibition race should be between Matthews Isaac and Victor Gas. Yeah, I'm just giving a suggestion, but never mind, ladies and gentlemen. We will be going into our official race very shortly, and this is the exhibition race for the media, who are all down here giving a huge support as well for this tournament. And right now, Victor, we're almost at the end of our show, and this is the last race.
Yeah, last race. I'm going to be enjoying myself throughout this commentary. I hope our media guys are also going to be enjoying themselves. This is going to be a nice and fun, casual affair here to cap off the day for the GD Cup Malaysia 2023. And right now, just going to be waiting for them to set up, get themselves pepped up and ready. And as soon as the countdown starts, we're going to be seeing a 15-minute race for our media guys.
Yes, 15-minute sprint race where we'll be going to Japan. And in Japan, we will be going into Kyoto Driving Park. So this is the track setup we have already talked about earlier. We've already talked about the format as well. So it's kind of nice when you see the media guys are getting involved, and also, you know, having a feel of how it feels like to compete on a virtual track, of course. But talking about virtual, I guess everyone is ready, the track is ready, and off they go in our race for the exhibition race media. And there we go, perfect start so far by Adrian right now, giving himself in P1. And off we go into the first turn here, and Tariq right now is in P2, and all the way for P3 falls for Amirul, and Irwin following up all the way at the 4. Look at Amirul there, Victor, and he's spun out!
Into the wall he goes. Amirul is going to have to recover there, but by the time he does, he's already dropped down to 8th place. Everyone and Hanif are still able to stay out of trouble there, so they go up into 3rd and 4th place respectively. But Adrian Chia from Wapcar is currently leading this race right now by a healthy margin, although Tariq is starting to gain on him over these couple of corners right now, so we'll see if that's going to become a battle later on for the lead. But Hanif right now, he is 1.5 seconds ahead of Nurzam, who right now is trying to chase him down there as they go downhill on this section. Tariq has ended up into the wall though. He's going to get passed by Hanif for sure, as well as Nurzam. He's going to try to recover right now, but another couple of cars are going to be able to pass him there. So unfortunately, he's dropped all the way down to 7th by the time he recovers and gets himself back into the lap.
And that is definitely Hanif right now, keeping himself in P3 at this moment. And he is definitely putting on a show for us, and let's see for how long. And he is from Careta Media at this moment, and that is Adrian, the man who has just clocked a really good fast timing earlier on the qualifyings. And now someone spun out, Erwin spun out over there and goes into the barrier. And Adrian right now giving a very clean race. He's having a vacation in the front, and no one is putting any pressure on him there, Victor. 4 seconds right behind him, it is Hanif, but this man might be hard to catch because we saw his potential on the qualifying.
Yeah, we saw what he could do, really. So let's see whether or not he'll be able to hang on to the this 15-minute race. You know, a lot of times racing is all about management. You know, it's about managing the gaps that you have to your opponents, about managing your tire and fuel consumption. a lot of things really runs through a racer's head anytime they are out on track here. And nevertheless, Gran Turismo is a perfect kind of place to try to build up familiarity with these basic concepts, because these are the things you literally learn on the first day you go to racing school, right? Understanding like what the limits are as a driver, and understanding what your role is really over the course of a longer race. Nevertheless, we're seeing a chase right now for P3 here as Wuchi is going to be able to get past Erwan, who braked a little bit hard there, but Wuchi went in a little bit too hard and ended up getting onto the grass and into the wall. So Erwan will be able to take his position back. Wuchi only comes in after Kamfu has already passed him for P4, so he dropped a couple of places by being a little bit too eager to make the pass there.
But I love the confidence by Wuchi just now. He thought he had it then, and after the moment he overtook him, he just goes in to the barriers there, and he didn't be able to control in time. But right now he's trying to catch up. Kamfu right now in P4, and Wuchi might just look on the outside right now as he goes a little bit wide over there as they come into the next turn, the turn number 12. And let's see what's going to be happening over here. Wuchi still holding on to it. Kamfu defending his line and not letting this man to take a peek in the front. And off they go into turn number 13 and 14.
He has to be careful about the exits, because it seems like that's
he
where
may
he loses
get
a
the
bit of
chance now,
time.
Victor.
He's trying to go around the outside Kamfu, but that's always a very difficult place to pass. Normally, when you want to try to go for dives, you try to dive at the inside instead, because that's have a higher chance of you snatching away the racing line to your opponent in front of you. But nevertheless, Wuchi will be able to recover quite well now, still able to keep up with him on the main straight here. So perhaps he will be able to continue on this battle for P4 after we get through this first turn.
Yep, so we're on board with Wuchi right now. He's now in P5, still chasing down the man in the front. Is going to be Kamfu right now, holding on to his lead in the front. And Wuchi going wide again, and maybe still could not get the best out of that. The Victor is still putting on the pressure for Kamfu, and unless Kamfu makes a mistake, and that's going to be a problem right now. He's all the way from full throttle. Kamfu right now in P4, and right behind him is going to be Wuchi, and he's all the way from Autobus MY, and he got himself in the front now.
Yep, that was actually a very easy pass for him there.
Yeah.
Again, it was supposed to be a very fast corner there, but I think Kamfu slowed down a little bit too much because of his car going a bit out of shape there and having to correct that mistake. But nevertheless, Wuchi now, after already having dispatched Kamfu, it seems that Hanif might be next up on the menu for him here, as he's already gained up significantly onto him at these winding corners here. Now he runs up against Hanif here. He's going to try to snatch him on the inside. He gets onto the curb. Hanif has to give him the space there, and just like that, Wuchi moves up onto third place. What a fantastic drive this has been so far.
He's improving that, Victor. He's been coming all the way from the back, and now being in podium position is definitely going to give him a lot of advantage right now. And there you go. The man in the podium position is none other than Wuchi, all the way from Autobus MY. I'd like to repeat that again. And there you go. This time, Adrian is still leading this race in P1. Erwin looks pretty much untouchable in the front as well. Look at the gap between P1 and P2. It is a whole different universe on the race leader and also the one at the back. So the battle is definitely going to be from P3 all the way to P5, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023, and we are underway for our exhibition race, and it is for the media representatives. And Amirul right now on P7, all the way from N-Gear TV.
Yeah, went a little bit too deep there. I think he tried to brake as late as possible, but unfortunately kind of overcooked it. No, he's still out on track.
Okay,
no,
okay.
He's still out on track.
I kind of saw it different there.
Yeah, probably hovered a little too close to that pit entry, right? But he's in no concern as far as fuel is and tires are. I mean, it's a little bit worn out on the right-hand side, but that is to be expected on a counterclockwise track like Yamigawa here. But nevertheless, being on the medium compound, he's still providing plenty of grip, and he's not really under any pressure from other drivers out on track right now. So it's mostly going to be a stroll. But speaking of pressure, it looks like Kamfu is already turning up the heat on Hanif here, but unfortunately loses control in the chicane section. So he's going to have to try to recover back instead. And Hanif just pulls away into the sunset and says, "Thank you very much. I'll stay in P4."
Although that might be looking a little bit naughty over there by Hanif, but still, he's just just doing a wonderful job so far, keeping himself in a P4 at this moment. And let's see how about on the in front there. It still looks very untouchable for the race leaders. But then, Victor, I can have a look on the map over there. It seems like P2 and P3 might be a challenge over there.
Perhaps it's already coming within a second now. Adrian Chia has gone into the pits now to pick up some fuel and tires. Wuchi and everyone looking close to that pit entry. They don't go in either. So it looks like they will be able to pass Adrian for a position maybe. But I see Adrian coming out of the pit exit right about now. And he's going to come out within this bunch here. So looks like that situation here might have just set up an interesting battle right now for the lead as Adrian comes out in between both Wuchi as well as everyone. Everyone now is within 7/10 of a second to Adrian. If he can just outbrake him or just outmaneuver him through this section here, he might just be able to catch up enough to try to challenge Adrian for the P2
Yeah,
position.
this free has been super impressive so far. And I just can't wait to see what's going to be happening up next by all of these races coming up, especially in the front positions over here. But P3 and all the way to P6, that is the position that I really like to look forward to. But what's going on the other side in the front there, Victor? It seems like Uchi and also Adrian are putting on some tough performance in the front.
Oh, geez, looking a little bit out.
There you go, Adrian goes to P1.
He made a bit of a mistake there just now, I think, and Adrian Chow will be able to get himself into the lead as a result. Wuji now drops down by 6/10 of a second here in P2, but he still, nevertheless, is going to be able to catch up to Adrian Chia through this final sector here. In fact, he's going straight for the dive on the inside there, but Adrian still carries a lot of speed around the outside. He's got to watch out, though. There's going to be Lick Sen still on the outside there. Adrian Chia takes onto the grass, and unfortunately loses out in this opportunity to defend his position. Wuchi goes back in the lead and laps Lick Sen. Gets a little bit of contact right now. Lick Sen needs to get out of the way. Unfortunately, Wuchi is completely compromised thanks to that. Adrian is now catching him back up. He swings around. He takes the lead back again.
Oh, man, that is definitely going to cost his positions now. Everyone got past him as well and got into P2. Now, Wuchi, look at how fast this event has changed their Victor from P1 and it dropped all the way to P3, all because he was having a problem with P9.
Yeah, so in the pits goes everyone here. Wuchi continues to stay out on track. Adrian had already made his pit stop now, so he still stays 1.8 seconds in front of Wuchi at the moment. Wuchi continues to soldier on, though. He has to try within this next 5 to 6 minutes to try to catch back up to Adrian Chia to challenge for the lead of this race. But for now, he needs to try to get himself settled here and get into a nice and consistent rhythm.
Yep, so we're on board with Wuchi, who's right now in P2, going as fast as he can. The race leader in the front is Adrian Chia right now, all the way from Wapcar as well. So this is going to be a huge battle, even though it's an exhibition race, but I'm very sure, look at how serious they are on the left, the bottom corner over there. It's all focused on the track. They need to make sure they are doing an absolute wonderful job. It's not easy being a representative of a media, especially when you're carrying the word motorsports on your shoulders.
Yeah. Hanif right now trying to get the chase onto Aero 1 here, who came out of the pits just in time to stay on P3. Wuji is continuing to hold on to his position here, but he's already catching up rapidly onto Adrian Chia's car, so he's attempting to try to just get himself close enough to catch a toe when they get onto the main straight there. That's literally the goal every single time in these spec races here. But Adrian loses control of the entry here to this chicane, and that's allowed Wuchi to get all over behind him. Now trying to make a pass on the inside here in the final corner. Adrian Chia has to give way, unfortunately, and Wuchi takes the position away from him now. That's how many lead changes between these two drivers. I think I count 3 in the palm of my hand here.
Tell me about it. So another 4 more minutes to go in our exhibition race, and Adrian is not giving up anytime soon there, Victor. He's going, wiggling left and right, maybe just to find a way to get himself in the front and get past the man in the front, Wuchi, right now. Holding on to it, but look at the speed that Adrian is carrying, but only to be denied by Wuchi right now. And Wuchi still and P1 at this moment. As we see, Adrian has already passed him, but is that enough as they come into the next turn? And Adrian passed him there, Victor. Got him to P1, and Wuchi drops into P2, but Wuchi got himself into P1 again, and that man just spun out.
Man, what a battle it was between the representatives from Wapcar and Autobus MY, but it was Wu Chi from Autobus who ends up winning that battle anyway, with Adrian crashing into the wall just like that. So that is it, I think, for the battle on the front there. How it is for everyone else in this regard. Because Hanif is still about 1.3 seconds behind everyone. Everyone taking a little bit of a wide line there, but Hanif struggling and trying to keep his car steady through this long sweeping left-hand corner. Now, he's not able to gain any time right now. In fact, he's lost quite a bit of time due to have that lost control now, as everyone is now clearly 2 seconds ahead of him entering the chicane right now.
Absolutely, for sure. I think Wu Chi's story right now, after overtaking Adrian, tells us, you know what, anything can happen in our life, but we should not give up the victor. And that is something that we can really take into account by the performance of Wu Chi, who is right now leading this race. And here is Thorik, who is in a P7 at this moment. And let's see what he's able to do from a P7. I'm not sure who he's actually chasing. It is Nur Sam right now that is in front of him, but he's at 2.5 seconds in front. So it's going to be putting on a little bit of an extra effort for him to chase the man in the front. But we have another 2 more minutes to go in our exhibition race. And once that 2 minutes is over, we will definitely decide to find who is going to be the winner.
I'd like to call all the audience's attention to the gaps between all these drivers here and contrast this with how close everyone was when it came to the grand finals race number 3. That's the difference between a casual level competition and a high level competition, where everyone is not only fast but equally as skilled as each other. Whereas in this casual competition is sort of what it's like if you just put normal people behind the wheel of a car. You know, there's going to be a lot of differential. There's a lot more struggle really to try to keep the cars in pace with each other, and it's really it really takes hours upon hours, maybe even days of weeks and upon weeks of practice in order to get himself good enough, you know, to be part of the top 10 finalists in the national competition like we just witnessed here in this grand finals.
I mean, talking about that as well, to add more to that as well, Victor, we can really talk on the track that we're using. This is just Kyoto driving park, of course. Imagine when you're racing in Spa-Francorchamps, or you are racing somewhere else that is absolutely, you know, putting on lots of challenge, the corners. So to keep up with the same pace, to keep up with the same power or the speed, everything comes down to hours and hours of training by these racers. And that is why it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to be a professional eSIM racer.
Yeah, Nur Sam managed to make a pass to Thorik on screen just now, but it looks like Thorik is going to try to fight back here. He is close enough to try to catch up to where Nur Sam is. Wu Chi, in the meantime, is going to be coming across the line. He found the checker flag there, so Wu Chi Woon from Autobus MY wins the meter race. Adrian Chow will take second place there for Wapcar. As we are looking to see who is going to be taking third place, it looks likely to be Moma Hanif bin Sweep, who represents Carreta, coming around the final corner right about now. He's going to come across the line to take the checker flag in third place. Yap Kam Fu from Fu Trottle will be following behind, taking fourth place overall. And that is the top 4 here for an exhibition race for our media personalities here.
Yes.
Thorik, he's going to be flashing his headlights there as he comes onto the main straight. He sees the checker flag and comes across the line to claim 5th position overall.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, that is the top 5, although Thorik, I almost butchered his media name from Kerry Cars, it is charika.com. But there you go, this is our top 5 racers of the day, top 6, and I mean P6 goes for the man just now. On the other side, it is Nur Sam, and a P7 will be falling for Erwan. Erwan, and on P8, Amirul coming in as well.
Yeah, Muhammad Nur Sam bin Zainal takes 6th place here for Exhausta MY. We see Lik Sen actually taking a checkered flag in 9th place, but he had been lapped a couple of times before. Everyone will be able to confirm his 7th place finish here for Motocar Media. Now all that remains here is Amirul H, aka Amirul Hasmi from Endgear TV, to come around this final section here. Still one last couple more corners for him to go as he try to come come around. Amirul H will come around to actually see Afifi, I think. As he's, actually, he tried to dodge him around there and unfortunately ended up on the grass. Oh boy, a little bit embarrassing, but nevertheless, he's still going to remain in the 8th place now. Will be able to recover just in time to get around to this final corner. But once he does get across that line there, P8 awaits him on the final stretch.
Oh man, look at the amount of things he has to go through, especially coming on to be in a P8. But nevertheless, Amirul right now on P8 as well. And I can't believe what happened to him in the last few minutes, man. The last few seconds to be specific. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our exhibition race. And what a race it has been. So there you go. Vucci wins our race over here. And this is the provisional result that we're going to be reading out. Vucci right now is in P1. On P2, it is for Adrian. P3 for Hanif. P4 for Kamfo. P5 is going to go for Torik. P5 for Norzam. P7, everyone. And P8 for Amirul. And P9 goes for Lepsin. And P10, it is for Afifi.
Yep, then that is our exhibition race for our media partners for the GT Cup Malaysia 2023. We thank them for their service over this weekend covering this story here, and hopefully they'll have plenty of memories to share with their colleagues back in the office tomorrow. Nevertheless, this is literally the final race already, so there's no more racing to be had, unfortunately, but we still have results to bring out for you guys here. No less the result of the championship here for GT Cup Malaysia 2023. That's going to be coming out later on, but frankly, it's a great relief to see that everything has come to a head here. This grand finals has been one of the most exciting ones we had in recent memory, and we're hopeful that you guys will also join us in celebrating this moment.
Absolutely. So throughout the seasons right now, we have came from many seasons, and off we come into the final stage as well for this year, for this season, and maybe for the 3rd time we might see another man making it like a hat-trick today. But this is what it is, Victor. We saw a huge amount of action from the quarterfinals to the semi-finals, and right now we are in the grand final, and it's over as well. We also had our TGI celebrity race as well. And last but not least, it is the media race, and we are pretty much at the end of most of our races. So no more racing is what Victor said. So it's now all about announcing the winner and who has won the championship right now.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of cap off the day, you know, we're going to be having Nas now go ahead and present prizes to our media representatives for having done their races now. So looks like it's going to be off to you, our very legendary host there on the main stage. Take it away, Nas.
Thank you very much, Mr. Victor Cax, Mr. Matthews Isaac. Let's give a big round of applause to our commentators for a job well done. Thank you so much, boys. You really kept us entertained throughout the 2 days of racing. We're about to crown the winner of our grand finals right here at Sunway Pyramid Blue Concourse. But of course, it's time to reward our media practitioners for a race well done. And of course, for our prize giving ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together once again for the Executive Director of Marketing UMW Toyota Motor. Dipersilakan Encik Muhammad Syamsul Muhammad Zain sekali lagi ke atas pentas. Dipersilakan. I'm sure Shamso's quite happy with the quality of racing that we've had today. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. He looks like a happy man, and I'm sure our media practitioners are happy people as well. And so we're here to introduce or announce in 10th place, let's welcome Afifi Hafiz Muhammad Noor. Dipersilakan Encik Afifi. Tanya kita ucapkan Encik Afifi dari Cosmo. Dipersilakan. Thank you very much, Afifi. Seterusnya menjemput Eng Lit Sen from Ki Automai. Dipersilakan. Congratulations, Lit Sen. Well done. Moving on to position number 8, Amirul Hasmi from N Gear TV. Congratulations Cik Amirul. Seterusnya menjemput pemenang nombor 7, Eriwan Nurshal dari Motoka Media. Tahniah kita ucapkan kepada Encik Eriwan. Seterusnya menjemput Encik Muhammad Nur Zaim bin Zainal dari Exhaust.my. Dari tadi dia senyum saja. Inilah dia rezeki, muka rezeki katakan. Tahniah Encik Muhammad Nur Zaim. In 5th place, let's welcome Tariq Azmi from Charikas.com. Also a man with a big smile on his face all the time. Racing enthusiast for the longest time. Well done, Encik Tariq Azmi. In 4th place, let's welcome Mr. Yap Kamfu from Foot Throttle. Really putting his foot down on the throttle this time. Congratulations. And now we're down to our top 3. In 3rd place, let's welcome Muhammad Hanif from Kereta. Truly a racing enthusiast. Tahniah diucapkan kepada Encik Muhammad Hanif kita. Well done. In 2nd place, it's Adrian Chia Yao Yit from Wapka. Mr. Popular, wow. Congratulations to Mr. Adrian Chia from Wapka. And who would have guessed? I wouldn't have guessed from the get-go. Our champion for the media challenge. Put your hands together for Woon Woo Chi from Autobus.my. Yeah, baby. Well done, Mr. Woon Woo Chi, ladies and gentlemen. The champion of our media challenge exhibition race here at the Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. And now let's welcome all our contestants, all 10 of our contestants, for a photo with Mr. Shamso. Dipersilakan. Let's take 2 steps forward. Dipersilakan Cik Shamso, 2 steps forward. Ke depan sikit ya. Can we have them forward a little bit right here? Miss Usher, I don't know whether you're listening to me. 2 steps forward here, please. Thank you. Okay, squeeze a little bit. Squeeze. All right, one video for the record. Well done. Thank you so much to our media practitioners. Terima kasih kita ucapkan. And well done on the achievement right here on our Sims. Terima kasih juga diucapkan kepada Executive Director of Marketing UNW Toyota Motor, Encik Shamso Muhammad Zain. We'll see you on stage afterwards, ya. Dipersilakan. All right, and in just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have the prize-giving ceremony of the Grand Finals. This is Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023, where the winners will represent Malaysia in GT Cup Asia and hopefully to the World Series in just a few moments. Meanwhile, it's back to our commentators for their final roll call. Over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Nas. So it seems like it has been a wonderful race throughout our race 1, race 2, race 3, now grand finals. And off we had our TGR celebrities and last but not least, media as well. Congratulations to them. And they have put on a really entertaining performance earlier on. But right now, it is going to be the highlights that we are all waiting for there, Victor, and also the overall results.
Yeah, we're going to be anticipating that very, very much. But let's have a look at the highlights once again here. This is going to be the grand final starting on the day itself. Race number 1 was a very interesting one here because Touch Aiman, you know, he had caught a penalty early on, but a lot of focus had been on Chang Kai Chang as well as Dinesh Vigaswaran, who are battling for what seemed to be the lead of the race and continue to keep this battle going on for the first part of the race here in Watkins Glen. In fact, Taj Aiman eventually passed Chong Kai Chang in spite of the fact he caught a penalty that dropped him all the way down to 6th place. What a recovery it was for Taj Aiman, and certainly set the tone, I think, for the rest of the grand finals here, because coming into the next race with reverse grid, in spite of that, he still managed to work his way up in the front there, despite some impressive efforts coming in from Chao Jin-Ye as well as Alvin Chai. An unfortunate incident here kind of put Chao Jin-Ye out of the race here and out of contention for the championship. And this is where Taj Aiman managed to make the pass onto Mio Hafiz, who caught a penalty early on, and eventually he went on to inherit the lead of the race when everyone went to the pit lane. And by the time race 2 ended, Taj Aiman comes out on top yet again. And those two back-to-back victories were what was key coming into race number 3, because of that level of performance there for Taj Aiman, in terms of points, all he needed to do was to finish in the top half of this grid here, and he would have already been guaranteed a title. And impressed as he did, because not only he did that, he in fact finished in P2 here, which is way more than he needed to, but it's really just to prove a point, to go to show everyone else here in Malaysia what an incredible driver he is in the game of Gran Turismo.
I mean, talking about incredible, Taj Aiman has been exceptional today there, Victor. And there you go. Let's have a look on our results and see what is going to be over here. And this is the overall results. And I believe we're about to see and witness. And congratulations to Taj Izrin Aiman, the champion of Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023, where he will be bringing home 69 points over there. And on P2, it is Danis Vigneshwaran with 54 points. Through P3, it is for Chong Kai Chan, 43 points. And P4, Mio Mohammad Hafiz, 37 points. And on P5, it is Sony Kazu with 33 points. P6, Wayne Go with 30 points. And P7, Haris Chami, 17 points. P8, it is Akil Sofi, 10 points. Alvin Chai on P9, 8 points. And P10, Chao Jin-Ye with 7 points. But Victor, it seems like your calculations is right. Everything worked absolutely well. And Taj Izrin Aiman has finally got himself the 3rd title. But another thing to add on, Chao Jin-Ye has been disqualified over there.
Yeah, for race number 3, because he didn't use the correct set of tires in his next pit stop. The rule was that they had to use a medium and a hard compound, different types of compounds. Unfortunately, he didn't adhere to that rule, so therefore he had been disqualified from race number 3. But nevertheless, though, it's great to see that Taj Izrin Aiman reigns supreme here after an amazing performance in race number 1, 2, and 3 as well. And here's a kicker as well. The top 3 here, Taj Izrin Aiman, Danis Vigneshwaran, and Chong Kai Chan, they will be heading off to the GD Cup Asia Pacific in order to represent Malaysia. So shout out to them. We're going to be wishing them all the best and good luck.
All right, so let's have a look on the championship standings over here. And there you go there, Victor. Talk us through about this position. Number 1, of course, it is Taj Izrin Aiman. And on P2, P3, we already know, but look at P4 all the way to P10. This is Mio Mohammad Hafiz with 37 points, and Lowo Kid on 33 points. P6, where we see Wayne Go on 30 points, Haris Shami on P7, 17 points, and Akil Safi bringing 10 points on P8, Alvin Chai on P9 with 8 points, Chao Jin-Ye will be only on 7 points, alongside with the disqualification as well. But P1, P2, P3 is confirmed that these 3 men on the top of their game.
Yeah, so 3rd place here, who is it going to be?
Okay, it's coming on slowly from the back.
Yeah, you can see his face already on screen there. Chong Kai Chang from Selangor takes the 3rd place overall in this championship at 43 points. The silver medal here is going to be going to the hands of Danis Vigneshwaran. He again representing Kuala Lumpur takes the 2nd place here with 54 points. And last but not least, Taj Izrin Aiman bin Taj Madira takes his 3rd championship here in the GT Cup Malaysia at 69 points. Very nice.
That's a nice icing to the cake, but yeah, it is Taj Izrin Aiman, the man that everyone will be looking for once everything is over, especially the medias, and so many things he has to answer, especially clinching 3 titles. And right now, will he able to repeat that in the future? We will find that out, and once his title defender who actually lost his title, Iqbal Suji, might be back on the next season. We never know. It will be much more challenging than what we saw this season.
Yeah, it's going to be onwards and upwards from here on out.
Absolutely.
I mean, again, you know, seeing the progression of these drivers ever since we did the first season of the Velocity Esports Championship, now known as the GT Cup Malaysia 2023. One wonders where things will head, you know, in the next few years as we continue to bring you more and more action just like this. But one thing's for sure, I'm going to be watching in anticipation when the Asia Pacific leg of the GT Cup is going to be convening, and with Taj Aiman at the helm, I'm fully confident that he's going to be bringing us some good results this year.
That's definitely true. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's pretty much done with our part there, Victor. We have casted from the quarterfinals coming to semi-finals, and right now in the grand finals alongside with our exhibition races as well. But it seems like our day has finally come to an end. Is there anything you would like to say before we pass down to Nas?
Thank you all so much for joining us on this journey here. The only reason why we push ourselves every single day of the year is just for you guys at home, to bring you guys endless entertainment when it comes to e-racing. And thanks again to UMW Toyota Malaysia for showing so much support to the sim racing community here. We thank you truly from the bottom of our heart. So again, this has been an incredible Grand Finals.
Absolutely, and it seems like thank you so much to everyone that participated today, and those of you who are around here in Sunway Pyramid giving us a huge support. And we did not forget those who are on the live stream and also on TV as well. Thank you so much for watching. But it's all done for us. My name is Matthew Isaac, and next to me it's Victor Cass. We'll be passing down to the main man in the front for the prize giving ceremony. Nas, over to you, man.
Thank you, Mr. Victor Cax. Thank you very much to Matthew Isaac. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to our commentators. Well done. Great job, guys, in keeping us informed of what's happening on screen. And I got to agree with you, man. Will Taj Aiman go for his 4th championship next year? Well, we've got big shots that did not enter the competition this year, like Rio Pandukusuma, like Iqbal Suji. Last year's champion was not here as well. And so Taj Aiman having a free reign. Let's see next year what it's all about. Meanwhile, I'll have to agree with you guys as well. Thank you so much to UMW Toyota Motor for providing this platform for young drivers to make their mark and hopefully translate it on track. Thank you very much, UMW Toyota Motor. Itu dia satu platform yang istimewa untuk kita menyediakan diri for our young drivers to ready themselves to test their mental on the real track. Sementara itu kita dah bersedia untuk upacara penyampaian hadiah Grand Finals Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. Dengan segala hormatnya, saya menjemput Executive Director of Customer Service Operations UMW Toyota Motor, Encik Farid Muhammad Sharif, serta Executive Director of Marketing sekali lagi UMW Toyota Motor Muhammad Syamsul Muhammad Zain. Dipersilakan. Encik Farid, thank you for joining us once again. Encik Syamsul, seperti biasa, let's reward our racers for a job well done. Kita akan menyampaikan hadiah untuk tempat ke-20 hingga tempat ke-11. Dan kita mulakan di tempat yang ke-20. Our semi-finalist Syarizan Hassan. Silakan. Tahniah kita ucapkan kepada Encik Syarizan Hassan buat pertama kalinya bersama-sama kita di Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. Dan insyaAllah terbakar semangatnya untuk terus sambung perjuangan beliau tahun depan. Baiklah, our semi-finalists di tempat yang ke-20. Di tempat yang ke-19. Terima kasih sementara itu Cik Syarizan. Sila tunggu di tepi untuk grup foto kita selepas ini. Di tempat yang ke-19, Muhammad Syafiq bin Omar Ali yang tidak dapat bersama kita, insyaAllah di tempat sebalik. Jadi kita kesimpankan piala beliau. Dan sementara itu kita teruskan dengan nombor 18 in 18th place. Put your hands together for Chandra Mauli Anandan. Congratulations. Encik Chandra Mauli Anandan di tempat yang ke-18. Semi-finalist before. And this time making it to the grand finals Jadi kita menampak pencapaian atau prestasi yang tetap meningkat buat pelumba-pelumba kita. Thank you Encik Chandra Maulay. Next, we move on to number 17, Ahmad As-Siddiq bin Ahmad Jamsuri. Itu dia wajah kegirangan terpampang di wajah beliau. Walaupun tidak berjaya ke Grand Final, tetapi rezeki beliau di tempat yang ke-17 amat dihargai. Tahniah sekali lagi Ahmad As-Siddiq, Ahmad Jamsuri. Ambil gambar dulu. Congratulations. Moving on to 16th place. It's last year's finalist and this year as well, but not making it to the grand final. Putra Azwira bin Sahazam. Walaupun kecewa pada tahun ini, tetap ceria, tetap senyum. Alhamdulillah, itulah semangat yang kita cari-cari for our races. Itu dia, Putra Azwira bin Sahazam. Let's take a photo di tempat yang ke-16. Congratulations. We move on to number 15, Wan Muhammad Afiq bin Wan Hasnan. Kurus lampai orangnya. Kalau betul-betul jadi racer memang ringan. Dan insya-Allah kalau dia masuk Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Challenge boleh pergi jauh ni. Sementara itu, kita mengucapkan tahniah sekali lagi kepada Encik Wan Muhammad Afiq bin Wan Hasnan di tempat yang ke-15. Congratulations, and we move on to 14th place. Tepukan untuk Muhammad Hakim bin Suhaimi. Ada adik-beradik ya yang enter competition di sini. Dua-dua tidak berjaya ke grand final, tapi pencapaian yang sangat memberangsangkan. Muhammad Hakim bin Suhaimi di tempat yang ke-14. Di tempat yang ke-13, tepukan untuk Muhammad Kamal bin Muhammad Ali. Dipersilakan. Well done Encik Kamal. Managing to get 13th place, although a few places shy of our grand finalists. Yeah. Tahniah sekali lagi kepada Encik Muhammad Kamal. Moving on to 12th place, let's welcome Chiam Yong Le. First time ever here at the semi-finals. And of course, menanam semangat untuk ke grand final pada tahun depan. Itulah dia azam yang dipupuk oleh Chiam Yong Le, tempat yang ke-12. And let's move on to 11th place. Kalau tadi abangnya, ini adiknya pula. Tepukan untuk Muhammad Afif bin Suhaimi. Congratulations, silakan. Tahniah sekali lagi kepada Encik Muhammad Afif bin Suhaimi di tempat yang ke-11. Dan kini menjemput semua top 20 kita. Top 2011 untuk bergambar bersama dengan Encik Farid dan juga Encik Syamsul. Bersama-sama ambil gambar grup dulu. Silakan. Baiklah, sekali lagi ladies and gentlemen, dear viewers, our top 20 till 11th place. Let's give them a big round of applause. Smile for the picture, silakan. Thumbs up everybody. And a race well driven. Thank you so much. Terima kasih kepada Encik Farid. Terima kasih kepada semua resipien-resipien kita. Dan kita berjemput Encik Muhammad Syamsul untuk terus berada di atas pentas untuk upacara penyampaian hadiah top 10 kita. Dipersilakan drivers off stage. Dan right now we'd like to invite President of UMW Toyota Motor, Dato' Ravindran K, to join Encik Muhammad Syamsul. Dipersilakan. President of UMW Toyota Motor, Dato' Ravindran K, will be joining us as we announce number 10 till number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, running a great grand finals, it's time for the prize giving ceremony. Welcome, Dato' Ravi. And it's time to give applause to our 10th place winner, Chow Jin Ye. And this is his name as we say, yeah, yeah, yeah. Congratulations to Mr. Chow. Let's have a photo moment with our VIPs. Excellent, thank you so much. In 9th place, let's welcome Alvin Chai Ming Han. Again, a big smile on Alvin's face. He's been a ray of sunshine for the past couple of days. And it's really refreshing to have a driver with a great disposition here at the Grand Finals. Terima kasih Alvin Chai. Di tempat yang ke-8, supporters get ready. Akil Saufi bin Azli Saufi. Dengan ahli keluarganya begitu happy di sini. Sukacita saya cakap ya. Akil Saufi antara kontestan kita yang sentiasa senyum sahaja. Well done Akil, well done. In 7th place, let's welcome Haris Syami bin Muntasir. Well done, Haris. Well done. Congratulations on your 7th placing right here. Last year's finalist and making it this year to the Grand Finals as well. Consistent driver, and let's hope he can raise his game as we go into next year. Thank you, Haris. Next up, it's the man with the plan, Mr. Wayne Go at number 6. With a short hiatus, he's back at the Grand Finals and managing a credible 6th place finish here at the Grand Finals. Thank you, Mr. Wayne Go. And now we move on to 5th placing. Please welcome Lau Wui Kit. A dramatic racer, Lau Wui Kit, hence his name, Wui, when he races. That's for sure. A credible 5th place finishing for Lau Wui Kit. Dan menjemput pemenang di tempat yang ke-4. Sekali lagi ke atas pentas, Mir Muhammad Hafiz. Tahniah diucapkan kepada Encik Mio kita, sentiasa ceria sebab bergurau-gurau dengan saya sambil beliau berlumba. Dan inilah dia semangat yang kita mahukan. Sekali lagi tahniah kepada Encik Mio Muhammad Hafiz. Tahniah kita ucapkan. Mr. Dato' Ravi, Encik Syamsul, please remain on stage. And now we're down to the final 3, ladies and gentlemen. Let's invite on stage Deputy Chairman of UMW Toyota Motor, Takashi Obata-san. Subarashi, what a wonderful race that we've got today. And let's welcome the Deputy Chairman of UMW Toyota Motor for the prize giving ceremony. Obata-san, arigatou gozaimasu. And now, announcing second runner-up, welcome Chong Kai Chong! Congratulations to Mr. Chong Kai Chong. Although across 3 races, there may be a few things that he says during the interviews that he could have done better, but it's all water under the bridge as he bags 3rd place, second runner-up, 12,000 ringgit! Thank you so much. Next up, we invite our first runner-up, Toyota Gazoo Racing, GT Cup Malaysia 2023, Danish Vigneshwaran! Well done, Danish! Our second place winner here at the Grand Finals. First runner-up. Over 3 races, second most consistent. And bringing home 15,000 ringgit. Ladies and gentlemen, racing enthusiasts, it's time to announce the champion of TGR GT Cup Malaysia 2023. Tepukan untuk Taj Izrin Aiman. Two-time champion already, and this makes it his third title, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, with this win, the biggest prize yet, 25,000 ringgit. We'd like to invite our champion to please stay. Taj, jangan ke mana-mana Taj. Dan sekarang kita menjemput top 10 racers kita untuk bergambar bersama dengan dim-dim kehormat. Our top 10 racers, it's time for a photo moment with our VIPs on stage. Inilah dia grand finalist kita. For those of you who just joined us, these gentlemen have been racing for the past 3 days over quarterfinals, semi-finals, and now the grand final with a total cash prize of 90,500 ringgit right here on this stage. It's time to acknowledge the best of the best in the country, and not to forget, Taj Izrin Aiman and 2 more compatriots will be representing Malaysia at the Gazoo Racing GT Cup Asia. All right, let's get the susunan in order. Silakan Akil. Of course. Wah, saya nampak ibunya di sana. Ibu ke kakak? Kakak. Oh betul. Ni kakak dia, ni adik-adik dia. Wah. Sokongan untuk Akil Safi. And of course for Mr. Danish as well. His family's here right in front. Watching him race his way to glory. Sekali lagi tepukan untuk grand finalist kita, ladies and gentlemen. Video time. Let's take a look at the birdie. 3, 2, 1. Excellent, excellent stuff. To our VIPs, please remain. Our top 3 winners, please remain. The rest of our drivers, thank you so much. Dipersilakan. Encik Haris, thank you so much. Encik Akil, terima kasih. We'd like to have Taj Izrin Aiman, Chong Kai Cheng and Danesh Vigneshwaran on stage together with our 3 VIPs. Dato' Ravi, Encik Shamsu, and of course, Obata-san. May UMW Toyota Motor continue to give great support to grassroots motorsports. To our e-racers, may they continue to reach for the stars with the support from UMW Toyota Motor. All right. Let's have your fist in the air. Here, ladies and gentlemen, our top 3 champions of Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. Excellent, excellent. Thank you to our VIPs. Thank you, Obata-san. Thank you, Dato' Rabi. Thank you, Encik Shamso. Thank you very much, sir. Please continue to represent Grassroots Motorsports. Meanwhile, to our winners, please stand where your cards are and let's have a little interview with each and every one of you. I'm going to begin with Mr. Chong Kai Chang, who's, I must say, from previous years, this year, one thing I really observe is your race management. You've really improved your race management. And how does it feel to be able to be given a chance to represent Malaysia?
Definitely, it feels very good because I really did not expect that I would be in the top 3. But I have to give a huge shout out to all my friends who is very supportive of me practicing together, and also Danesh in second place. He actually helped me a lot as well in giving me guides on how to be faster and so on. So I'm actually extremely grateful that of all the supports that were given to me.
Thank you very much, and may they continue to support you as you go on a winning run. One day, you'll be holding that cup. Mark my words, Chong Kai Chang. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big round of applause. That must be your family right there. Awesome, awesome stuff. Next up, we go to our second place winner who's just brought home 15,000 ringgit. Danesh, your family is right there. And are you going to share this prize money with some of them?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Did you hear that? He's going to belanja you makan. But more importantly, you've just come back from Amsterdam for the World Series. So how will you prepare for GT Cup Asia?
Well, I think we'll have a lot of, practice together. We practice the three of us together. We practice how we did practice for Amsterdam, but we will put in just a little bit more effort, Just try and prepare, be more prepared.
Be more prepared, yeah? And in this case, what would you like to say to Rakyat Malaysia out there who will be gunning and supporting you guys all the way at GT Cup Asia and hopefully the World Series?
Yeah. I just say, thank you for the support, and we'll do our best every race. Just give it everything we got, 100%. We'll see how the race goes, and like I always say, just drive. We'll do our best always.
Just drive, Wah, Malaysia boleh, Malaysia tetap boleh. Dan mungkin dengan bimbingan Taj Izrin Aiman, mungkin Malaysia boleh. Sekali lagi tepukan untuk champion kita. Now holding that cup for the third time. Perasaan anda, Taj?
Rasa bersyukur dapat lagi sekali dapat menjulang juara untuk 2023 ni. Okay, saya boleh cakap.
Itu aja. Champion kita ni sebenarnya a man of few words, ladies and gentlemen. Dia dah menang tu, itulah dia antara rahsia pencapaian beliau. Very cool under pressure. Dan sekarang ini, GT Cup Asia dan harapannya juga World Series. What are your, apakah harapan anda?
Harapan insyaAllah kita cuba yang lebih baik lah. Macam tahun lepas kita dapat juarai Asia Cup untuk National Team, InsyaAllah kita untuk tahun ni kita akan buat ulangi balik lah. And kita akan keep practicing together, Danesh and Kai Chang. InsyaAllah kita buat yang terbaik lah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a winning team right here. They've conquered Asia and one day they'll conquer the world as well. Apa kata kita beri sekali lagi tepukan gemuruh untuk Taj Izrin Aiman, Danesh Vigneshwaran dan juga Chong Kai Chang. Ladies and gentlemen, terima kasih. Dipersilakan semua pemenang-pemenang kita untuk kembali ke tempat masing-masing. Taj silakan, Chong Kai Chang silakan. Danny, it's over to you. And of course, to all our viewers and to those of you who've been faithfully supporting our racers throughout 3 days of hot racing on virtual tracks. It's been a wonderful experience here at Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup Malaysia 2023. Dan insyaAllah kita akan jumpa lagi di waktu yang akan datang. Harap-harapnya Malaysia 2024 GT Cup anda juga akan berada di sini. Thank you once again to your support to our sponsors, Toyota Tires, Modelista, TCD Asia Company Limited, Denso Malaysia Sdn Bhd, NK Malaysia Sdn Bhd, Toyota Capital Malaysia, Motis Malaysia dan juga Kinto One. Tanpa support ataupun sokongan anda, semua ini tak mungkin terjadi. Kita terus gambling tenaga, kita terus memberi sokongan kepada Grassroots Motorsports. Majulah Malaysia di alam maya, insyaAllah. Saya Nazruddin Rahman, pengacara anda. We'll see you at GT Cup Malaysia 2024. Assalamualaikum and have a great evening everyone.